very limited time, but with the Durka flank, you just can't get that off.
Durka still able to control rotations across mid-map. Have something to work with across kitchen too. And you've got a deep stage one. To get through, Durka just continues to cause problems from up top.
How are they not considering him?
I don't know, he's already gotten 3 on the round. Surely you know he's there, but it doesn't seem to matter. A second Prime Gaming flawless through for Fnatic.
And it's a beautiful conversion of the bonus. Just perfect on the execution there for Durka to get top 2.
Late too.
And abuse all the rotations from DRX. Neither of these players looking at him. I mean, finally it's Cess who challenges him, but they just forgot. They just assumed without checking that he would get away from that position.
An 8-1 start for Fnatic Star. Mystic continuing to play well. We've highlighted him a lot this tournament, and well, for good reason. But he doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down, at least not yet. DRX back on pistols. A couple of sheriffs and a classic in the hands of Buzz.
It's a 3-man lineup here for DRX with the sheriffs up close.
Buzz just activated his dash too, yeah. Pops out, gets a kill into Alphier, but the res out from Mystic brings him right back.
I mean, that was a ridiculous peak from Buzz, though, getting a classic 1-click.
The thing is, he's been playing that spot almost every round, too.
And when you're Jet, you have a lot of options, but that's the most preferred.
Yeah.
Durka taking the rope.
Oh, I thought he was going to keep going.
And while it might have started out as a 4v5, obviously right now they've completely shifted on this anti-eco to maintain the advantage.
Seems like Fnatic, they're playing at such a slow and methodical pace. And it is, at least for now, I know it's early, but it feels like it's way too much for DRX to handle right now.
I'm
and
also
it's not
wondering.
aggression, it's not like in your face,
Yeah.
it's just like slowly dismantling you.
I also wonder, though, DRX is making an actual stylistic choice to put that wall as it is instead of making it go over top of 410. Because Durka just abused the ever-living crap out of that.
Yeah.
Just walking top 410.
Fnatic win another one, and if not for the res, I know they're still 5 up, but if not for Alphier going down, it would have been another flawless.
Yep. And look at the bank too from Fnatic, 4-0. But because of that coalescing of multiple players staying alive, I mean,
watch party.
No, actually, I think most of them has at least been 4-up.
Yeah.
This is super clean. Yeah, only 2 kills from DRX.
And that's devastating. To be on the precipice of starting the 5th
Watch
round
party
and have
sale,
a
watch
total
party.
of 2 kills across your entire team.
And when the conversation is about DRX crumbling over and over and over at this
ऐसे ही
position in the
बहुत दिन
tournament,
बाद YouTube कर रहा हूँ,
this
क्या पता
is
कोई लोग आ
a
जाए भाई,
terrible start
watching
for
बढ़
them.
जाए,
Termi has to
watch time बढ़
bring
जाए, क्या
this team
पता
back
इसके लिए
up
कर रहा हूँ.
right away.
बताना नहीं किसको
Coach
skip.
in the back discussing right now.
तुम लोग अभी खेलने तो आते नहीं है तुम लोग.
Such a hot start from the home team crowd.
Seemingly perfect. And you know, it's funny. It was actually Josh who tweeted this the other day. It really does feel like
Voice chat
clocks to the DRX collapse.
Voice chat.
It just seems so consistent.
प्रणव साटा में कैसा है भाई, कैसा है?
It's ridiculous at this point.
But
Both
again,
tournaments that were global this year, it's happened.
yeah. But again, it's early. It's early. Yes, you don't necessarily walk into Icebox thinking you're gonna walk away with the dub necessarily, right?
Right.
Knowing you're going into Fnatic's playpen, really.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, the history shouldn't matter going into this, but that's what the conversation is about.
Yeah.
And there was
भाई Discord नहीं खुल रहा है मेरा
DRX didn't
बाजार
make
से.
it to out of groups at last champion, so you actually saw that be important to Stacks, be important to the rest of the team as well, to be able to play in front of a crowd.
मोमो दे दो मोमो.
As far as DRX's defensive setup, you have Buzz with the operator who's now picking down long, not playing up on that aggressive.
Time pass कर रहा है रे बाबा.
क्या watch party क्या है?
Funny thing about this
Watch party, Fnatic को support कर रहा हूँ आज.
on Fnatic. haven't really come online yet. Alpha
पर
Yeti,
फिर
even
अगर
at this
DRX
point
हार गई तो फिर अपनी
in Boaster,
एशिया
those
की
guys
टीम
are the
नहीं
guys
रहेगी
who
कोई.
you would hope to have those ults, because once they start getting
मस्त
cascading
प्लान है
round after round, this comp gets
बताना
so
नहीं किसको
dangerous,
थी.
and we might be entering that point in the following rounds.
Yeah, we're certainly close to it.
कॉपीराइट नहीं,
Another
इसके
slow
पहले भी
round
किया
out
मैंने
from
एक बार.
Fnatic. This pace has been
अरे
productive
ओ
for
VCT
Fnatic,
वाला
to say
समझ
the
गया,
very
छोटा
least.
चैनल है, क्या क्या कॉपीराइट देगा, इसके
Oh,
छोड़
last
दिया.
time they brought it down the clock, they needed a
देखा
flank from
ऐसा
Durga to
ऐसा
have
ऐसा
value.
दिलदार
Otherwise,
बनने
they
का
could
रहता
have
है.
easily, DRX could have easily denied
जानबूझ
that
के
plan.
stream
क्या बोल रहा
We're
है?
down to the same period, and the spike is nowhere
जानबूझ के
near his
stream
sight
कर
right
रहा
now.
है ना
Looking like
कॉपीराइट
it's
आएगा नहीं
अरे इसको बस वॉच टाइम से
Stacks is gonna have to respond.
तो क्या वॉच टाइम से मतलब आपने वाके गया तेल लगानी. वेकन बाईट सोबत कोलॅब कर. अरे ते करतात मग कोलॅब भाई. मी आता मला बोलायला नको लावू. मला 2-3 जण बोलले, मला नाही करायचं, राहू दे. ते लोकांना हिरो समजतात ते लोक दोघं. गोराईचे हिरो आहेत ते लोक, गोराईचे हिरो.
गोरे चाहिए हीरो
अब एक यूट्यूबर है रे, अभी हम लोग के एरिया में रहना है, उसका 2 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर है. बोलते कोलैब कर, जैसे कि हाँ भाई आने वाला है कोलैब करना, जैसे ऐसा बात कर.
There's a moment where Stacks
हाँ ना.
changed the game.
और सीड से मिला क्या बोला बंदे ने बता
अबे फटे रील वील बना उसके साथ तो.
हैं
अरे वो 360 कैमरा नहीं घूमता क्या, देख खड़ा देखे,
हाँ
तो वो बनाया भाई.
तो डाला क्या इंस्टा पे तो नहीं है
इंस्टा पे डाला नहीं है मैंने, मेरे फुटबॉल वाले अकाउंट से डाला था ना मैंने उस दिन स्टोरी.
उस पे डाला है
फुटबॉल, अरे ओपन अकाउंट है ना फुटबॉल वाला, तो उधर से मेंशन किया तो उसको दिखता है. ये मेरा प्राइवेट अकाउंट है, इसके लिए उधर से डाला.
इसलिए
मैं
वही
बोला
सोच-
उसके नाम पे व्यूज मिलेगा यूट्यूब पे, वॉच टाइम बढ़ेगा मेरे चैनल का. ए 300 व्यूज है वीडियो पे बस.
देख रहा
अभी क्योंकि मेरा एक बीच में जो वीडियो है ना अभी 50 के पहुंचने वाला है, तो मैं बोला थोड़ा वॉच टाइम बचा है अभी, वो भी कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, सीट का वीडियो डालेगा. तो भाई नहीं हुआ उतना, इतना कुछ अफेक्ट नहीं हुआ अभी. और 2000 घंटा हो गया मेरा, 2000 घंटा बाकी है और.
तेरा 2000 घंटा हो गया।
अरे मेरा एक 45 के है ना अभी एक वीडियो.
वो अच्छा अच्छा वो फूड बार का मैंने सोचा ये फ्लैश था।
नहीं ये वाला नहीं हुआ, इसके तो क्या पता इधर कोई आ जाए 40-50 जन फुकट में. इसका तो अरे इसमें इसमें गणपति के बाद मैं खेला ही नहीं, बदल गणपति आया उसका खेला ही नहीं मैंने, 10-15 दिन से खेला ही नहीं वैलोरेंट. तुम लोग तो भाई डायमंड एसेडेंट विसेडेंट जा रहे भाई, बड़े लोग.
ये लोग जा रहे मैं तो खेलता नहीं
इमॉर्टल
मैं भी तो खेलता
है.
नहीं.
मैंने भी खेलना छोड़ दिया मैं सिर्फ
मैंने खेलना छोड़ दिया, बोलते हैं चूतिया रोज स्नैप डालता है ये डायमंड 1 डायमंड 2 डायमंड 3 करके, और बोलता है मैंने खेलना छोड़ दिया है.
मैं लिटरली दिन का सिर्फ 2 मैच खेलता हूं फिर बंद कर देता हूं और बाकी सारे तो एपेक्स खेलता है। अब 2
मैच खेलता है रैंक अप करके आता है.
हाँ 2 मैच में रैंक होता है इसका, 2 मैच में इसका रैंक होता है.
एक बार मेरा कैरियर चेक
अरे सुन एक काम करो फ्लैश
बोल.
तेरे ना स्ट्रीम का नाम बदल दे, वाइकिंग भड़वा है. बोलता है खेलता नहीं
पूरा एपेक्स खेल के देख मेरा कैरियर चेक कर डेली 1 या 2 डेथ मैच खेल के फिर 1 या 2 कॉम्पी खेल के बंद कर देता हूं।
देख रहा है
और ऐसे डायमंड 3 पहुंच गया फिर.
तो क्या अब डेली अगर डेली 2 मैच खेलूं और डेली वो जीतूं तो मेरा गल
मतलब राइट वाला देखो क्या 50 आ रहा दे रहा है एक मैच पे शायद.
नहीं 17 to 9
हाँ
और
इसके लिए
मैच एमवीपी पे 21 to 20
भाई कुत्ता बना रहे लोग इंचो.
तो उसने भी बना दिया मैंने तो
5-1
तेरा वेस्टर्न का है भाई फ्लैश
मेरा
का है रोल किधर है?
मेरे को कुछ आता पता नहीं वैलोरेंट का भाई क्या चल रहा है मेरे को 10 दिन से. आज रात को आऊंगा खेलने के लिए.
वो नया इंडियन एजेंट आ गया है तो यूज नहीं किया अभी तक
इतना चूतिया बना, रोज कभी ना कभी वैलोरेंट खोलता हूँ समझा ना. हाँ ना देख रहा जैसे कि हाँ मैं अरे पूछूंगा तेरे को ऐसा, कल ही खोला था समझा वैलोरेंट, इतना तो याद है मेरे को. स्कीमर साला
शो बना था
हाँ ना. कौन सा ना एजेंट वाइकिंग भड़वा.
तू लाइव स्ट्रीम में ये सब बोलेगा छी भाई ऑडियंस क्या क्या सोचेगी
मेरा फैमिली फ्रेंडली स्ट्रीम है मेरा, सब चलता है, गाली चलता है फैमिली फ्रेंडली में.
नहीं नहीं बोल मैं अपना ऑडियंस मैं अपना ऑडियंस में अपना सपोर्ट।
कल को आ रहा है क्या? कल एक वीडियो बनाने जा रहा हूँ, अनलिमिटेड खाने, अनलिमिटेड।
हाँ तेरा आधा आधा वीडियो अनलिमिटेड खाने का ही है।
क्या बोल रहा है?
तेरा आधा वीडियो अनलिमिटेड खाने का ही है।
तो अनलिमिटेड में भाई मजा आता है।
हमने ऐसे डालता है कितना मिलता है खाना
भाई ऐसा कौन सा यूट्यूबर है जो क्लिकबेट नहीं मारता? मेरे को जरा बता।
मैं तो नहीं डालता
तेरे को फेमस थोड़ी होने का है, हमको फेमस होने का, तो हम तो क्लिकबेट करेगा ना भाई।
अच्छा हाँ देखो गाइस
वायरल करने के लिए,
यूट्यूबर्स
वायरल करने के लिए हो करना पड़ेगा थोड़ा फेमस। भाई पूरा दुनिया क्लिकबेट मारता है, हम तो फिर छोटे यूट्यूबर है।
ये अपना लोकल फ्लाइंग बिस ए नहीं बिंदास का गया वो गुम हो जाने की।
अरे भाई अरे वो लड़की देखा, वो गेमर है ना वो।
हाँ हाँ
अबे हाँ बीच में क्या मीम आया था, क्या हुआ
बीच
था?
में
सच
वायरल
में
हुआ था
ऐसे हो
कुछ, तो
गया
मैं
था?
भी देखा था बीच में कुछ तो
अरे
क्या
वायरल।
हुआ था भाई?
मेरे को भी
वो
मालूम,
अरे
सुना था मैंने।
लोग लाइक उसके मम्मी पापा ने पोस्ट किया था कि वो घर से निकली थी बट अभी तक लौटी नहीं, कहीं भी मिल नहीं रहा वगैरह वगैरह। तो फिर बाद में पता चला कि उसके गांव कहाँ पे अयोध्या वहीं पे कहीं पे है उसका गांव, तो वो वहां जा रही थी। वो तो फेमस ही हुई वो डायनामो को ट्रोल करने की।
उसका आवाज भी एकदम मतलब अलग टाइप का निकलने की
भाई
ना शायद।
अरे उसका पिच बहुत हाई है।
अबे वो तुमने उसका वीडियो देखा, वो इट्स देवियर कर का, देवियर, इट्स देवियर रोस्टिंग कर रहा देख।
वो कौन है? अरे
यूट्यूब पर
बहुत लोगों ने रोस्ट किया काव्या।
नहीं, काव्या को नहीं रे, उसने ना मतलब मॉर्टल, डायनमो, ये स्काउट वगैरह सब, सीड बाय, गोल्डी बाय सबको रोस्ट किया देख, बहुत वायरल है, बीच में बहुत वायरल हो गए थे।
स्ट्रीम पे कर, लगता है कॉपीराइट तेरा, बता।
क्या?
अरे देख देख
कर दे
अभी
स्ट्रीम।
अभी यूट्यूब में फेमस होना है तो बस कोई कंट्रोवर्सी करो या अपना टैलेंट दिखाओ, या फिर अगर तेरा कोई एक्चुअली प्रोफेशनल यूट्यूबर है तो उससे हेल्प करो बस। वरना
अरे
ट्रोल करने
यूट्यूब
का
पे
कोई
फेमस कौन हो रहा है मालूम है?
कौन?
जो जो पहले से फेमस है उसके थ्रू, मतलब ऐसा शाउट उसके थ्रू
हाँ
रह रह के।
एग्जैक्टली जैसे जैसे
नो
प्रिंसेस को
उसके
देख।
दोस्त बन जाना, वही ना।
हाँ
हाँ एक
फिर
मतलब कैसा वैलोरेंट कम्युनिटी में देखे ना, तो एक दूसरे
और
को
हाँ
देख के ग्रो हुए
और हाँ
लोग।
और हाँ अगर तू लड़की है तो तेरी इजी ग्रो होगी।
हाँ आराम से बे। ओ देवियर ने इसमें भी रोस्ट किया है। आप काशवी को देखो वगैरह वगैरह, देख ये सब स्ट्रीम देखना बंद करो, और बोलते कैस्पर वैसर को देखो बोलता है। जो वैलोरेंट रियल खेलते हैं वो लोग को देखो, ना कि वो दिखाती उसको खिला, ऐसा बोलता है।
नहीं लेकिन बेस्ट यूट्यूबर गोस टू शैक्स ब्रो, एकदम
कौन?
एकदम शैक। अबे शगुन शैक
शैक।
बहुत अच्छी है ब्रो। यस कोई घमंड नहीं, इतने बड़ी यूट्यूबर है, मान सकते हैं बस
अरे
कोई घमंड नहीं। हम लोगों ने आई गेस 500 सब ऐसे कुछ में सब्सक्राइब किया था ना, इसलिए इतना घमंड नहीं है, वरना घमंड होती है आई गेस।
क्लिप कर रहा, मैं क्लिप कर रहा। तो जरूरत नहीं इसके स्ट्रीम पे, ये क्या है कर।
ओ भाई ओ भाई
भाई आपका स्ट्रीम नहीं करती ब्रो, वेरी सैड।
बेचारा मॉडल।
यार बिल भी नहीं दिया। हाँ देखो चलिए।
ओहो
कौन जीत रहा है फिर चैंपियंस?
क्या पता भाई, हम तो नहीं देखते यार, वैलो तो छोड़ दिया ऑलमोस्ट बोला
तो कौन सा है? जी आरबी चालू है?
नहीं आर्क खेल रहा आजकल मैं।
क्या?
आर्क खेल रहा।
क्या आर?
आर्क सर्वाइवल पता है?
नहीं बाबा।
आर्क सर्वाइवल, अबे आर्क सर्वाइवल नहीं सुना तूने?
भाई बड़े लोग इतना स्पेस से पीसी में से खेलता है आर्क सर्वाइवल।
नहीं सुना।
देख लेना
मेरा
stream पे
डाउनलोड
देख ले।
करने के लिए पूरा घर बेचना पड़ेगा।
गेमिंग लैपटॉप यूज करने वाले लड़के
वैसे नहीं बोलते, ये ऐसे बोलते हैं, सुन इसमें तेरा घर जाएगा, ठीक है?
तेरा पूरा घर चला जाएगा।
गेमिंग लैपटॉप यूज करने वाले लड़के।
अरे वो चीज फेमस कहाँ से हुआ बे, वो घर जाएगा वाला चीज?
अरे वो
80,000 के।
स्टैन का है ना, एमसी स्टैन का है।
ओके
इसमें पूरा तेरा घर चला जाएगा। अरे मतलब ना उसके फैंस ने एक ने कमेंट किया था शूज पे कुछ तो उसने बोला था ये बाद में
80,000 के जूते 80,000 उधर से है ओके
अभी लोग उसके ऊपर अलग अलग मीम निकालने लगे जब से सीजर आया ना
हाँ
कच्चे की तरह मीम बन गया उसका
अबे यार रोज कुछ नहीं।
गया
हाँ, क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा भाई मैच देख रहा है
मेरे को फनाटिक लग रहा है पर DRX अपर ब्रैकेट था तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते
फैनेटिक फैन बेस के लिए बोल रहा है या लाइक क्या कैसे बोल रहा है
पसंद है पहले से फैन बेस के लिए ओह, ओह।
डिले कितना डाला है इतना स्ट्रीम
ए, क्या पता 5 सेकंड करेगा शायद 4-5 सेकंड 4-5 सेकंड का ही है
Enzo's got to go big here. He's got to be able to relieve some of this pressure mid.
He's also given up support on his teammates at A.
Mako creeping forward. What is this round, man? They're up so far. Enzo, the timing has to be immaculate here. He has 54 HP. He has no armor.
Waiting for his teammates' contact.
तो आजकल कुछ नहीं खेलता क्या
There he is.
क्या?
Enzo on the swing. Enzo with the
कुछ
kill.
खेलता है कि नहीं
RB.
गेम नहीं खेला मैं बोल रहा हूँ
What a
गणपति
play out from Fnatic.
जब मेरे घर में गणपति उस दिन से खेला नहीं 10 दिन बाहर ही था मैं पूरा
गणपति तो अभी है ना रिसेंट कब हुआ
अभी हुआ ना कितना 4-5 दिन हुआ शायद खत्म हुआ उसके बाद खेला ही नहीं अभी बीच में 1-2 दिन खेला उसके 2 गेम जीता रहेगा बस बाद में खेला ही नहीं प्लेट 3 से प्लेट 2 प्लेट 1 आया था फिर से प्लेट 2 है अभी
मैं अपना अकाउंट 6K में बेचूंगा
बेच दिया कि बेच रहा है
बेचूंगा फोन लेना है EMI
लेगा फ्लैश खरीदेगा इसका अकाउंट
मेरा ले ले भाई मेरे कोई नीचे अकाउंट कंटाल गया मैं अभी
एक बंदा बोला कि वो हेल्प कर रहा है मेरा तो सेलर मिल जाए बायर मिल जाए तो बेच देगा अपना अकाउंट
6,000 में बेच
वो
रहा
खरीदेगा।
5,000 की तो नाइफ ली थी ना सीरियस तू है
क्या करूँ भाई अभी मेरा जो स्किन्स है सब अकाउंट में वो कॉमन स्किन्स है तो कोई लेगा
अच्छा
आरके छेड़ देता था तो बात
तेरे पास तो है ना क्या कोई लिमिटेड एडिशन क्या है तेरा चैंपियंस नाइफ है ना बस
लेकिन चैंपियंस नाइफ भी बहुत लोग हैं
तो क्या करेगा देख
एक मैं कुछ बंदों से पूछा एक ने बोला 6K 7K अच्छा प्राइस पाऊंगा और एक बंदे ने बोला
ठीक बेचेगा तो ऑब्वियसली नुकसान ही होगा तूने पैसे डाला है जेब से तो
काय को बेच रहा है रेन ने ना
मैंने क्यों दूं मोबाइल खरीदना है
मोबाइल कौन सा खरीद रहा है आईफोन
गैलेक्सी S52
आईफोन
सबको
13 आने
खुद
वाला है
की
अभी
तरह समझ रहा है
फ्लिपकार्ट पे सेल
सबको
में आने
खुद
वाला
की
है
तरह समझ रहा है देख इसको देख
अरे नहीं आईफोन सेल में आने वाला है फ्लिपकार्ट पे अभी 50,000 में 13 वो भी आईफोन 13 क्योंकि उनको डिसमेंटल करना ना पूरा 13 डायरेक्ट 14 आने वाला है इसके लिए तो बीच में कुछ सुना मैंने 52,000 में आने वाला है पर 13 अच्छा है
आईफोन का एक चीज है भाई आईफोन का नया कुछ निकालने के बाद पुराना वाला खरीदने का मन नहीं करता
हाँ हाँ बस बस
Spammable now. As he gets down.
ए बे हे भाई ओ भाई
तेरा कौन सा आईफोन है बे
मेरा 11 है रे 2.5 साल हो गया 2.5 साल
Massive round from RB.
पुराना हो गया अब
Finding
तो
the space
बहुत
to
पुराना हो
easily
गया
on top of that wall.
14 आ गया
मेरा 3 साल हो गया
Challenge the planter eventually. You saw Boaster was
Feb
thinking
में हो
about
जाएगा
this,
हमको 3
completely
साल
caught off guard while that spike was being planted.
एक
Nobody
आईफोन
to
खरीद के
cover
देना
those two crucial members on
और मैंने उस दिन ऐसे Amazon पे देखा अभी आईफोन 11 कुछ 40,000 में चालू था
ये आईफोन 13 प्रो मैक्स 1,20,000
हाँ पर अभी 14 रिलीज नहीं हुआ ना अभी तक सिर्फ प्री ऑर्डर चले जिस दिन हो गया ना वो और 20,000 का फर्क आएगा
ओ भाई क्या मारा भी इसने
double-edged sword that one. But
ये
a lot of times you'll actually see Vipers use their ult there. So
DRX RB
लेकिन ये सैमसंग वालों हरामी है भाई
DRX is
फोन
making
के
a
साथ
great run
14 वॉट्स का चार्जर
tail end of
देता
the first
है वाला चार्जर खरीदना पड़ेगा
Fnatic at this point hoping to be a little
ब्रांडिंग
higher
के
in the
पीछे
round
जाएगा तो यही होगा पैसा ज्यादा खर्च होंगे
count, especially given the 4-0 start that they had.
सामने पीछे ना जाओ तो लड़की पटेगी।
मतलब लड़की पटा नहीं तो आईफोन ले ले सीधा। उसने क्या
वेलकम, वो तो वही
वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम बाय।
आईफोन ले ले तो भाई ऐसे निकाल देगा मेरे को। मैं दे भी नहीं पाऊंगा, वो बड़ी बात।
ब्रो मैं बोल रहा इसमें तेरा घर जाएगा।
तो अगर मोटोरोला भाई इतना सा फीचर्स है, लेकिन मैं उसको तो बोलूं किसी को मेरे पास मोटोरोला है, लोग नाम सुन के हंसेंगे पहले।
मोटोरोला बंद हो गया ना, केबी मिलता है अभी।
नहीं चल रहा चल रहा।
अभी वो नथिंग आया कुछ, नथिंग करके
अरे
राइट वाला।
वो स्टार्टिंग में चला था फिर फुस हो गया, कुछ खास नहीं हुआ।
कौन जीतेगा बोल दो, इक्वल चल रहा है 4-6 से, कुछ नहीं बोल सकता है। अच्छा मैच होएगा पर
अभी तो शुरू हुआ है, देखते हैं।
ओहो मेरे जैसा शॉट मारा उसने, सेम मेरे जैसा शॉट मारा
हैं?
हाँ ऐसे मारता मैं भी ब्लड लगे।
खुद का स्ट्रीम देखा है कभी तूने?
किसका?
खुद का स्ट्रीम देखा है?
मैंने किया था ना, ऐसे फ्लैप्स ने वो रेस लिया था।
रेस थोड़ी खेलता हूँ मैं, रेस मेन थोड़ी हूँ। वो तो ऐसे टाइम पास करने के लिए लिया था रेस। अपन कॉम्पे में लिया था ना वो भी रेस, मैंने शायद। अरे कॉम्पी खेल रहे थे
टूर्नामेंट में भाई, कॉम्पी टूर्नामेंट में
कॉम्पी खेल रहे थे शायद। चुलबुल का रैंक अप था कुछ था इसमें।
अरे हाँ
अरे मैं रेस लेके नहीं खेला था।
जब भी टूर्नामेंट होता है मॉडल हक देता है भाई।
उसका टूर्नामेंट खेला लगता है मॉडल ना, हारने के बाद।
मॉडल नहीं और नहीं खेला भाई। ये क्या घुस के मार रहा है भाई। ऐसे खेलते हैं। और एक अपना चुलबुल को देखो भाई, मैं सेज हूं, मैं क्यों आगे जा रहा हूं।
ओ भाई मैं सिर्फ एबिलिटी से मारूंगा, गन से नहीं मारूंगा।
मैं क्यों था भाई, मैं सेज।
तो ये देखेगा उस दिन जॉली रेस का डबल सेशन करने गई थी। जॉली ने रेस का डबल सेशन करने गई थी। काफी सेम थे।
क्लिप किया है दिखा?
हां क्लिप किया है काफी।
नहीं
अरे वो बिगिनिंग में
डाउनलोड्स देता 2K
ऐसे रैंडमली सैचल फेंको।
भाई चाइनीज राइस बहुत मार रहा है।
एक सैचल फेंको, फिर नीचे देखो, फिर से सैचल।
भाई इनकी तो आंखें ही नहीं खुल रही यार।
ये माको का हाथ देख, माको का आंख देख, माको का।
वही तो बोला, वो जो बड़ा स्क्रीन दिखाया था ना, तो देखो इनकी तो आंखें। स्ट्रीम पे कोई गाली दे।
A massive kill as Monster swings around, finds a second on his stacks, and Mako will not survive.
7-5 at the end of the first half.
1x.
Fnatic, a good attack side, but DRX certainly showing they're here to play. Neither team falling to the mental collapse.
And that means we're due for a very good second half. Let's throw it down.
अरे वो उसका क्या बना तेरा और करता है उस पे स्ट्रीम? वो क्या था वो?
हो गया 3 महीना हो गया ना मेरा उस पे। 3 महीने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था। वो बोला था अगर एक्सटेंड करना तो मैसेज डालेगा, कुछ डाला नहीं वो लोग ने मैसेज।
तेरे से पक गया।
अब 2 महीने का आया है, अभी 3rd मंथ का भी 18 तारीख को आएगा, 15-18 तारीख सब।
जनरल देख
क्या बोल रहा है?
ये क्या पूरा क्यों नहीं किया?
पूरा क्या मैच
सेकंड सैचल देख
राउंड शुरू हो गया था, नेक्स्ट राउंड शुरू हो गया था।
But I think it also speaks to one of the failures of this half for DRX. When you're playing this composition, one of the kind of emphases of having to play that retake when you do have to.
ये लोग लेफ्टी बहुत खेलते हैं बे, ये लोग प्लेयर लोग सब।
I don't know what the hell is going on right there. But when you're playing this
लेफ्टी खेलते हैं इन्वर्टेड
you
एक्सट्रीम
struggle in the
अरे
retake. So a big
आप
priority.
लेफ्टी बहुत लेफ्ट हैंड बहुत खेलते हैं
Fighting
लोग।
in the back lines to be able to win out in those
बहुत
post
प्लेयर देखा मैंने,
lines.
सब लेफ्ट हैंड ही खेलते हैं ऑलमोस्ट। कम है प्लेयर जो राइट हैंड खेलते हैं।
तो ये बोल रहा है लेफ्ट हैंड वालों का एम अच्छा इसलिए वो लोग।
क्या पता थोड़ा एम अच्छा रहेगा लेफ्ट हैंड में।
तो ये भगवान ने दिया है, अब हम क्या कर सकते हैं? मार के दिखा।
Yeah, he was playing a really critical
RB,
role, I think,
RB.
playing that Killjoy on their defensive side. But moving forwards, RB is going to be needed to have a big game. I think his role on the Killjoy is
वो देखो क्या कर रहा है स्ट्रीम देखो वो क्या कर रहा है
देख ही रहा हूँ
माँ की
वार्म अप कर रहा है हाथ गरम रख रहा है वो
उस
पंच है अंदर की आइस रहेगा
मेरे को क्या पता उसको
आइस वाइस रह सकते हैं शायद
on both halves, and for him, it's about being good at
इधर देख स्ट्रीम मेरा स्ट्रीम चालू कर दे
being good at holding down those
देख
flanks,
ही रहा हूँ
ensuring that
देख ही रहा
Fnatic
हूँ
does not get behind you. They are a team that will double flank and fight you constantly.
ये क्या
कर
क्या रहा है
ये सब उस लेफ्ट टू लास्ट में रिकॉर्ड होगा ना
हाँ
होता है ना ये देख
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. Yeah, the big question, which Killjoy is going to reign supreme at the end of the day? They've both been very, like, average for their teams, given the roles that they've been asked to do.
Yeah, I think one thing
मैं
is
बोला
tough
बिल्ली
here
आ गई
in this comp domestically has always been such a lurk presence.
Yeah.
You consistently see in this game that not really working out for him. So he's not taking the same paths.
Nasty
Saw the one where he almost pounded his desk. That was a flank that he usually should be able to get off.
And it really should have, if I remember correctly. I think he had a Vandal going into a Bulldog either way.
Nice peek past the drone as it takes contact on the other players from Durka, but there's nobody there.
I thought for sure that the drone had spotted Durka, but somehow continues to get away with situations that he probably shouldn't be able to.
Position here. Two more to find. Oh my goodness, Durka.
Durka's just lighting it up somehow!
4K
Poor Mystic was the sacrificial lamb for Durka to get another!
फ्लो में मार देते हैं भाई ये लोग
What a teammate!
And that's now the two pistols for Fnatic.
अरे यार
And
सुबह
Durka's
से जितना
23
मैच
and 7. Also
लगता है ना
identical to the first half pistol rounds in terms of the kill distribution. Durka. Just insane.
दोनों मार लेता गोली देता लाइन रिलोड नहीं आता तो
Again, the help out from Mystic.
इधर वो लोग के उधर फैंस लोग ट्रोल बहुत कर देंगे बहन
We'll
टीम
give
को
you another.
लिख के कुछ भी
क्यों
कल एनए वर्सेस एनए चलो था रे तो एक उसमें एक ने क्या लिखा था नो एम वर्सेस नियरेस्ट एयरपोर्ट
As every person is spot up,
अभी
Boaster with
किसको नो एम बोला और किसको नियरेस्ट एयरपोर्ट बोला क्या मालूम
And I love this reactive. That one's a little interesting for Mystic, but usually putting it down reactively against the pistol is so good.
और कमेंट सेक्शन में टेंस को तो बहुत गाली देते पब्लिक वगैरह एकदम खतरनाक
Double segment over towards the right
वो
side
तो
here.
देंगे
Maze.
उनको तो
You're gonna have to
देंगे
clear out
वो
your
इसके
spots.
एक्सपेक्टेशन
Drag
बहुत
in
है
the corner. You got someone covering above it in Enzo right there. You see on your screen. The high ground.
आना दी यार बस
Can you get through on the
वो
right?
तारिक
That's what I
तारिक
was
करके है रे
hesitating.
ट्विच पे स्ट्रीम करता है भाई
Sound like
वैलोरेंट का जितना वॉचिंग उससे ज्यादा उसका वॉचिंग आता है
Buzz finally gets
आएगा
some
ही
kills.
लाइक
It's up.
साउंड जो
There's a
दे
gap on the
वाच
left.
पार्टी करता है तो पहले से
There it
ऑफिस
is.
जाएगा
He's
इसकी बात है
rewarded
उसका
for it. Durka from up top finds another.
डेरिक को तो अवार्ड मिला कंटेंट
Getting one with the classic, and Enzo's just
तारिक को अवार्ड मिला है
making it to shreds.
बहुत सारे
Another clean
काय
round
का
out for
स्ट्रीमर ऑफ द ईयर
And this is how the first half started. Remember, it was
टीमर
a
को
4-0
मिला
lead. DRX
कंटेंट
swung
टीम का
back
अवार्ड मिला
to get us to a 7-5 half, but
अभी अपने
जिस
टीम को
हिसाब से
मिला तो
खेल
given that it's the second half this time around, you
जिस
could
हिसाब से तो फैनेटिक लग रहा है जीत जाएगा
Not as gambly as a buy in that.
आठ
ओए।
पाँच
Taiko.
अभी बाय राउंड है ना रे
फिर भी जैसे
But I
होल्ड
have
कर
to
रहे
give
हैं
props to
लोग लग
Mystic
रहा
there. Very, very cool wall. 9-5. This is where they have to
थ्री राउंड
win
में है
this bonus.
ये
Fnatic's attempt
जनरल देख अपने टीम का रेना रेना का रैंक देख
so much.
है क्या है
I also have to say with the conversation about Off here at the beginning of this half that we had for his first half performance, this is where he could really be
रेडियंट इमो
more towards his role, right? More of a sense,
Emo
more playing
ascendant
with the
okay.
utility that he has. Whereas
अरे कोई पहले दिन देखा था
a lot more
जब
same setup that
रैंक
Alpha on
चालू
the
होता नया वाला ये वाला ये सीजन तो ना रेडिएंट पे जो नंबर वन था ना
false information
फुल ये था
against the drone.
स्मर्फ कर रहा था नीचे के जो चार प्लेयर थे ना वो आयरन और ब्रॉन्ज के थे और ये अकेला
similar
इमोर्टल
antics.
ये एक ही दिन में रेडिएंट पहुंच गया बंदा
Sure, go for it again. Why not?
कौन सा
तो उनको वैसे
और उसको लॉबी कौन सा आ रहा है
DRX, your choose.
गोल्ड
Make it
सिल्वर
so.
फ्लैट वो सब में मैच एमवीपी लेके जा रहा हो और उसका प्लस भी हो रहा है 30 प्लस
अरे उसका बफ भी वैसे ही होगा ना एक लाइक
Put so
एक गेम
deep
में
on
डबल
that.
पूरा डबल ट्रिपल ऐसा
वो
gonna
पहले
swing
दिन
the
दिखा
back
उसका
over
दिखा नहीं
towards
उसका
the
अकाउंट बैन
over
किया कि
speed
भाग
over
गया किधर क्या मालूम पहले दिन
in
दिखा
a
उसका
face
दिखा ही नहीं
where
वो
they already know Durka is.
You gotta
They
go.
already know Mystic is. Both the top fraggers of Fnatic at this point in the game. I mean, come on, man.
Bro,
ओ भाई
Still so much time on that wall, too. I think they've noticed it at this point, though. Let's see.
have they? He's patient. No, they haven't noticed. Oh my gosh. He dashes away to safety. The slow orb dropped as he takes a step back.
The speed.
गया 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 गया
They're just playing just on the other side of the wall. Buzz goes up top. He gets impatient. He tries to go fast. And Fnatic gladly welcome what DRX throws
हो
their
गया, जीत गया।
way. Another bonus
क्या, कौन
round for
जीतेगा
the
बोल?
home
हो
crowd.
गया फनाटिक 5-10 हो गया अभी वापस इको पे 5-11 हो गया
5-round
ये
lead.
राउंड मेन था
वही तो
DRX gonna call a
ठीक लग रहा
timeout
है।
for the exact
देखते हैं क्या कैसे
same
निकालते हैं
reason
लोग।
as the first half. But this one looks even more dominant. The new things Mystic is showing. And the support his teammates are giving him is beautiful.
बुबू
Alpha
क्या
just
कर रहा
in
है?
time.
That guy on the second row. We've
Serious
looked at him
सर बात
twice.
कर
He
रहा
always seems so dejected.
किसके साथ?
Always so sad.
कौन से कर रहा हूँ ना बात कर रहा वैलोरेंट अकाउंट से कर
DRX
रहा
calling a timeout as you were saying for the
Okay.
exact same reasons. You feel this potentially getting away.
मैं ब्लैक स्किन
And
से
this
खेल
is when they were able to turn the tides previously. This is where they were able to find what
ठीक
Fnatic
है
were
भाई।
doing and exploit it. This time though, Bala, you're right. It feels a bit more insurmountable because Mystic is showing all this ratty stuff. Durka's possibly having the
कितने
performance
skin
of his life
total
right
premium
now. He's
कितने तेरे पे?
26-7. I would love to see what his highest kills in
Bobo?
an official are because he's
12,
got to be
12.
dancing with it at this point.
अभी तो वही पोस्ट देखा था रेट वही चल रहा है कि एक स्किन का
Yeah.
500 ऐसा कुछ प्राइस लोग बोल रहे थे।
For some reason, I have a feeling it won't. The tech.
यूज
Fnatic
मार्केट में रेट
very
कैसे
good.
बोल
We
रहे थे
have a
पता नहीं
swap
यार।
up of the setup. Out of the
Depend
timeout,
करता है
we are
Alex
on the
से।
anti-eco, but Buzz did buy just
हाँ
one
वो भी
stinger.
है पर बेस प्राइस लाइक वही है।
500
See what they can provide.
Well,
Mystic and
6K,
Durka
हाँ, वही
swapped
तो
over
होगा,
towards
6K
the B
होगा।
side.
हाँ वही
Alpha
तो
has
बोला।
provided a little bit of coverage on the spike plan at that site and
एक
also in
बंदे
mid
ने
while he
ये अकाउंट खरीदा 5K में
stays bottom blue.
काय?
Covering
काय
the mid push. Wow, DRX, I mean, that's not a normal
Nope.
alarm bot that you
Lineup
put down.
है
That's
भाई
one that
इनके।
you use for audibles called against, or that Fnatic calls.
और एक अपना
They got a
चुलबुल है भाई
sharp
आज
lineup
तक भाई
for it.
लाइनअप नहीं सीख पाया वाइपर का बस।
वो खेलता है कि नहीं वो आता है ऑनलाइन की वो भी नहीं आता है
ये
Yeah.
आता
ये
है
बोल
क्या?
रहा था
He's
पता
considered
नहीं
the
मुझे
तुम
नहीं
लोग को
पता।
पूछ रहा आता है क्या कोई?
मॉडल?
probably going to
ए
try to
मॉडल
use
हाँ
them,
बोल
but they don't. They
एपेक्स
just get
खेलता है या
all
चुलबुल
towards
है
the
वैलो
end.
क्या करता है?
Apex.
दिन भर रात भर मतलब
हाँ बहुत खेलता है।
एपेक्स लोग खेलते हैं बहुत जन
हाँ ना
अभी
तो अभी
यार
भी
Their
तो
way
खेलना
through
है।
it, they pick apart at it, and finally manage to get the spike down, but they're already dropping.
अरे
That was
स्टीम
actually
पे ही
their own
अच्छे
wall
खासे
stacks.
नंबर आ
Miss
रहे हैं
जनरल
लोग
पे
तो।
देख जनरल पे देख ये वाला स्किन एक
They had
बंदे
to
ने
break
5K में
through it.
खरीदा।
एपेक्स क्या 3v3 वाला गेम है ना शायद
ओके।
तीन का स्क्वाड
वो इसके तो मजा नहीं आता मेरे को 5v5 वाला ही मजा आता है गेम खेलने
The timing's just so good.
जिसका मूवमेंट के लिए
एक चीज है लाइक शायद उसको एफपी नहीं मिला बस
पबजी लगता है मेरे को
पबजी तो भाई बहुत बहुत
नहीं पबजी और एपेक्स ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही लगता है मेरे को
Now all they need
पागल
is
है
two
कि
more.
पबजी
वही भाई मतलब स्क्वाड में होता है ना 3 ऐसा वो गेम पसंद ही नहीं मेरे को
Usually as big
मेरे
of
को ऐसा 5 राउंड्स वाले गेम पसंद है भाई
certainly is
अरे
something to
यार
keep around.
क्या मर गया ये पकड़
And DRX has that in their mind too.
इतना लंबा टाइम आउट लिया बे सालों ने।
A
एक
very
मिनट का टाइम गाली दे
खत्म कर रहा भाई।
खत्म क्या 5-12
Mind you, it's difficult regardless when someone on the other side is 27-8. But the truth is, again, like Mystic has been so difficult to deal with. Most
लास्ट राउंड है ये अगर ये निकल गया खत्म
another shock
man,
lineup
man.
set up here.
देखते हैं इसके बाद।
Not sure if that's the same lineup he used last time.
I think it was, and you see
Either
the
way, he moved it,
repositioning of it. Yeah, it's just a bit further to the east.
Mystic and Durko double set up here. Durko's going to take contact TP out. They have nothing to nullify him with this composition.
एक बंदे ने मुझे 3.5 पे ऑफर किया
Also, look, Mystic
low
has his
ball.
classic out.
गो खाएगा पूछ उसको से।
The barrel poking out.
मैंने इसको बताया था जिसने हेल्प
उसको वो नॉर्मल अकाउंट बना के देता 3.5 के में
Just not moving after dashing
मैंने
that
इसको
top.
बोला 3.5 पे ऑफर किया वो बोल रहा है भाई उसको बोल तक तेरा घर आ जाएगा 3.5 पे मैं खरीद
Trap that was laid.
बोल दे कोई नहीं इतना लो बोल कौन सा।
अबे यार रुक जा
Very good trade there. DRX find another, try to open their way into the side, and perhaps they have.
ओके कुछ भी हो
Alpha and
सकता है।
Enzo are here. They've got mollies, and they have the Hunter Siri. should they choose to invest it. You see Enzo already playing further back.
मैंने गलती से एक बंदे को 9 क्या बोल दिया था मेरा गाइस चैट ओपन करके देख लो मैं क्या बोल दिया था
And it's just delay. Does Alpha go aggressive here? Does he go really aggressive off of that, or does he?
अल्फा चैट
गेम सेंस तो है
क्या भी है
As Nanosaur looks to hit him in the face, but the dart is so good.
And they don't spam the right spot.
वही
It's all falling on Enzo though. In this
Okay.
1v2 again.
कुछ भी हो सकता है
No Hunter's Fury. He does have a couple of shock darts though. That one's a bit
निकाला रे,
shallow.
निकाला।
Mako on the swing gets the trade.
है कमबैक आ रहा है।
Sure, Mystic was
अबे
gonna
कल
be fighting
लाउडर
for
इसका चल रहा है लाउडर कौन सा टीम था ना लाउडर DRX थे शायद ये लोग ना ब्रीज मैप में 9-3 का लीड था DRX के पास चल मैं बोला जीत जाएंगे फिर मैं गया खाना खाने खाना खा के बाद मैं स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ भाई ग्रीन डॉट लाउड पे आ रहा है मैं बोला ये कौन क्या सीन हो गया है देखा पीछे रिवाइंड करके भाई पेल दिया लोग को एक ही राउंड निकाला लोग शायद एक की 2 राउंड 11 पे निकाला 13-11 से जीत गए लोग
of many that DRX will need.
But again, it's right on schedule, right? It's a 4-0.
9-3 कर्स लेजिट है बे
हाँ सच में लेजिट है 9-3 करके भी 10-2 भी होता है लेजिट भाई
We'll see.
9 कर्स को सच मानने वाले लड़के
Derka has it toward a forest. A couple members on the side Fnatic very close to having their ults online as well.
Swapped. Everybody back over towards the A side, but look at the flank going on.
Yeah, they're so far into A that they can rotate back to B, knowing that there's
ज्यादा
no threat on the
aggressive
other
खेली
side.
है लास्ट राउंड
Dax is
हो
finding
जाता
a
है
spot where he's completely exposed by the way to mid right there.
The Viper's pitch.
No!
Fnatic not going for the fast retake because of the flank, and look at this wall. Oh, but Stacks getting dangerous, getting curious, swings out, tries to find value, but no, it's Enzo who does. The thing is, RB is still around. The drone's gonna find, or the dart, excuse me, is gonna find him too. The element of surprise gone. There's a fight.
डर दिया दोनों साइड से
This is so
तो भी
tense
मार
right
दिया
now. RB falls, Zest on the
गाइस
trade.
मैं हग रहा बहुत ये
Spike is
लॉबी में
still
हग
ticking, the Viper's pit's still around, and Dirk is gonna have to do it himself. And there's just no real way. There's just not enough time.
Can get away with the gun, it'll be a success.
His own slow, his demise. Ooh, baby. Cutting it close.
Hectic flank
अभी
there.
बोलते ये राउंड कौन जीतेगा बोल Steps?
Missed blocking off
क्या
the
बोल रहा है?
turret with the wall. That's why that
ये
wall
राउंड
was
कौन
there.
जीतेगा
It
ये round.
lifted the turret instead.
ये राउंड
ये लग रहा है अगले 2 राउंड एफएन
DRX ही जीतेगा यार 2 अल्ट है उनके पास
Here's what we missed on the side of
फनाटिक
Viper's
लग रहा है
pit.
मेरे को
Buzz holding it down.
अगर केजी अल्ट मारता तो जीत सकता है केजी की अल्ट और बाद में
That was so
वो
chaotic.
पीछे जाएगी तो फिर वो वापर सकता है
We might have
सोवा की अल्ट ऐसा कुछ
gone with the insane
मेरे
run
को
from
तो लग
Fnatic.
पर
रहा है
काउंटर
Fnatic
अल्ट भी है
लगेगा।
उनके पास ऐसा दिखने आएगा तो
The 4-0 basically in a row. But it's still
जंबो
now only 4 rounds of DRX's own. This has been cut down quite significantly already.
6 है अभी दोनों का 6 एक रिवाइव है
And DRX are in a position to really capitalize on this and perhaps make it even more. They have 4 ultimates to work with their ball on.
मैं सोचा था इंजीनियरिंग करके बायोलॉजी पढ़ूं
कौन
Decent money situation too.
ये फर्स्ट ईयर में ये सब
फर्स्ट ईयर बायोलॉजी है
एक सब
Killjoy
चेक
ult
किया
can be the easiest one to use to get onto the site.
ये वाइकिंग की चला क्या वाइकिंग है
Spread so
क्या
well.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ तो अभी भी स्कूल तुम लोग का कॉलेज स्कूल टाइम है अभी भी
Before he has to leave,
मेरा कॉलेज 10 बजे से शुरू होता
won't do anything to you.
नहीं
He's gonna
तो अभी कॉलेज में कि स्कूल में
play the post line instead
मैं
with
क्यों
that
कॉलेज में हूँ ओह अच्छा
That
मैं
might
कॉलेज
be a
में
round wrapped up.
तो अभी भी मतलब छुट्टी मारो तो तुम लोग को लिख के जाना पड़ता है ड्यू टू एब्सेंस ड्यू टू दिस वगैरह वगैरह
अबे कैप्शन पर
That lockdown. Ready.
मैं पढ़ा नहीं मैंने ऐसे उस दिन स्नैप देखा मैं बोला ये क्या है भाई कॉलेज में कि स्कूल में ये
There you go.
मैंने स्नैप पे कहाँ भेजा बट वो व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस में
There's some
व्हाट्सएप डेटा हाँ जिसमें किधर तो देखा मैंने याद नहीं आ रहा मेरे को किधर तो देखा है
कैप्शन नहीं पड़ेगा तो यही होगा
They're still playing back yellow.
मैं बोला अभी भी स्कूल में जा रहा है ये बंदा
Once again.
टेक मी बैक टू द डेज व्हेन दिस
Oh my goodness, there's 2
आज
players
अच्छा
here.
मैं उतना नहीं पढ़ा मैं बोला अभी भी स्कूल में जा रहा है
Oh my goodness.
One. Oh, that could have been so bad.
निकाल लिया रे डर के
क्या
डर
बोला था क्या बोला था
अबे 2 डिटेंट हो गए थे ना 2 लोग में
Send 2 out.
हाँ, क्या बोला था भाई देखा
And Alpha here
अभी इसका ही राउंड का पता नहीं कौन जीतेगा देखते हैं ये कुछ भी हो सकता है
ऐसा पहले बोलता तो भाई बैटिंग वेटिंग लगा दिया मैंने पहले बोलता तो ऐसा क्या यार
Oh, man.
And Dirk is now at 30 kills.
Only 30. You guys slow down.
2 जन बाहर दे वो जो अल्फा था ना वो कल ही उसने 1v3 1v4 किया लिक्विड को भाई, बहुत मारा लिक्विड को।
30-9.
ये राउंड
We
पता
saw
नहीं यार कौन
yesterday
जीतेगा,
Ye's
देखते हैं।
performance. We might finally actually have this
अच्छी हो
battle going
सकता है
on.
पर मोस्टली फैनाटिक ले सकता है, क्या बोलता है?
Bait set up again. Mystic gonna stay
मोस्टली
on top of this
फैनाटिक
one.
ने DRX ले भी सकता है।
गन किधर, दो के पास गन है सिर्फ 3, वो भी हाफ
फिर भी
शील्ड है।
होता है ना, ये राउंड होता है
Remember,
कभी
every
कभी।
हाँ
other time
होता
this
है।
drone has come through in this direction while Dirk has been here, it's been somebody
देखते
else taking
हैं।
contact. So DRX should know something's up right off the bat here.
Buzz has the blades. He's on the opposite side.
इतना पुश कर रहा है, DRX ले सकता है, तभी वही होता है यार।
This reign of terror out from Durka.
TP mate just made noise and RB trying to clear, making sure.
It's the same cheeky little setup that they had down belong. Durka gets out, Mystic is still there.
And also, if you're wondering, Durka shooting the ground there. He's looking for
किसने
the
अल्ट
alarm
किया है?
bot that he heard RB put down.
इसका बूस्टर का शायद
So
अल्ट।
now pops his ult. That means B almost certainly is closed in the decision-making tree of Stacks right now. And this is a do-or-die round for map number 1.
And look at Fnatic's setup already.
B
You've got
side
the
बंद है।
Storms that just landed. The Sage wall, but
से
DRX
होल्ड
have to
करते हैं
break
भाई
their way
साइड।
through. They don't have a ton of time to pivot off of this. You got Mako who's
Right.
gonna be on the flank.
अरे
There's gonna
बेंच
back. Meanwhile, the star for
खत्म हो
DRX
गया।
has already fallen. Buzz no longer around. RB
रिवाइव है उसके पास, भाग
Mako's
दिया
timing
पर वो।
does not align. And Durka looking to
No.
clean it up himself, not able to.
खत्म,
It's actually
GG।
Alfier who puts DRX away and gives
जी
Fnatic
जी
a 1-0
जी जी।
lead.
बूस्टर नाचेगा जीतने का तभी, और एक मैप
Fnatic's
रुकेगा।
Icebox looking strong as ever. Before this tournament, they were 7-0 with this.
चल मैं आता हूँ 10 मिनट में खाना खा के फट फट फट
When
फट।
they played Fury, they looked nothing like that.
Nope. That looked effortless. It really did. DRX made a run at it in the first half, but you remember, it was a 7-5 half. 2 rounds after that.
Don't forget.
गाइस तुम लोग देखो, मैं आता, मैच
Fnatic as
लगे
well.
जाता 10 मिनट में।
Very, very well in that first half. Good on DRX. Again, mentioning the duel of the IGLs, I think something that hurt them yesterday against Loud was the calling late after things started to crumble.
And they showed cool things. They had really cool ideas on Icebox. But the playmaking wasn't enough. Forsaken in the DRX jersey was not enough. There are just very little things that you can do to stifle a performance like what Durka put on, man.
No, there's not. And that's why this was Fnatic's map pick. Just dominant.
Well, that's also why, like, you have all these conversations around, is Durka one of the best players in the world? Is he the best player in the world? When you're able to do that on this stage in front of that crowd, I mean, yeah, you gotta tip a hat to him if nothing else.
31-10. That's for the finish offer of Fnatic. That is ridiculous.
Outrageous performance out from Fnatic, out from Durka, really, across the board. A strong 1-0 lead to take us to halftime. We'll be right back.
Red Bull Campus Clutch is back. Assemble your team and lead it to the World Final. Register now for your national qualifier.
with one of our fans on Twitter, it is in fact Durkin time because my man was killing it that game. Welcome back, everyone, to the Desk Golden Boy alongside with Mimi and Brand as we break down what we just saw there. And honestly, what we saw was Fnatic continuing to be a superior Icebox team as they walk away with a dub in commanding fashion. Brand, that was clinical by Fnatic. As we look at the MVP breakdown, it definitely all falls, honestly, on the impact that Durka has as an individual.
Yeah, we rolled the dice, and we got the good Fnatic today. I think the good ending, apparently, because Durka was dominant. This guy, it was his map, his time to shine, apparently. And boy, did he show up. I mean, this guy dropping 31 kills over the course of, what was that, 20 rounds? Yeah. Well over a kill per round for him. An absolutely outlandish performance.
I mean, what, almost 1.5 kills per round? I think actually 1.5 kills per round.
I don't know math.
I don't know math either. I'm not
never do maths on broadcast.
Yeah, we're not. I don't want to do any more math. But Durka was absolutely insane. And the reason he was so good is because the way that Fnatic plays Icebox enables him to be so good. I want to take a look at this round, which is just impeccable scaling from this team. They are one of the best on this map at just scaling together, playing off each other, setting up on complementary angles, and always being ready to trade. They're impeccable at it on the attacking side. And when you compare that to DRX, who is playing the same comp, it wasn't the same story.
It's just struggles all around. You can see the lack of kind of holding for the same angles that Fnatic will go through that's just drilled into them. It's just not there for DRX on this map. And this is an element that, you know, has been missing here and there, and it's also a risk when you end up going to Icebox, when you make the decision to not ban it and instead ban bind. You're going to come into that, you're going to fall into that pitfall, because that is obviously what you're going up against, which is Fnatic on Icebox just being impeccable across the board.
Yeah, they lost that one game to Furia, but they're still the best Icebox team in the world, and they prove it again here. I mean, for DRX, I liked that they came in with a new idea, right? They tried out the Killjoy. They wanted to implement something new. I think it's probably the best comp to play, but it still didn't really work out for them. They copied Fnatic's homework, but got the wrong answers.
Yeah, and I mean as well, the pistol round's just not going their way time and time again. It just keeps happening for them. And this happened in Loud as well. I believe they didn't win a single pistol round in their previous matchup. But before this, it was one of the biggest elements that was causing them to have so much success. They were winning countless amounts of pistol rounds. I think they were leading out of every team at the event prior to that Loud matchup, and that was a huge reason why they were able to sail through that upper bracket in such a dominant fashion. But it's been missing since then. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if it's just the fact that the ideas that they've been coming into have been worked out and there's a bit of counter-stratting or what, but it's just it's the one thing that was leading them with huge amounts of snowball potential, and it's just gone missing.
Yeah, and on top of that too, I mean, every single bonus round this map, both were converted by Fnatic. That should not be happening, but because Fnatic balances their economy so well, does that FPX-style rifle buy, they're consistently able to convert. That gave them 6 free rounds across the game. It would have been way closer if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, moving forward, right, you're going to look, hopefully, for DRX to have some hero moments. We did get a few of those, though, on Icebox, because it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. This one is going to go to Buzz. I know everyone's like, why didn't you give it to Durka? We talked a lot about Durka here. Buzz had a pretty pop-off moment here, Brent.
And overall, if you look at the first start of the tournament, I suppose, to DRX, Buzz moving over to the Jet was a massive switch-up, and is a huge reason they have had that success in the past. But you got to see this guy step up. He's got to be the hopium element for them if they are going to be able to take this series away from Fnatic.
Yeah, and I think as we look ahead to Ascent being our second map in this one, he's going to need to have another one of those big performances. When they beat FPX, it was in large part Buzz being a crazy performer to pull them over the line. He was good on Icebox, but he needs to be great when you are playing like Durka, and a Durka that is looking again like he could be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, just one of the best aimers that you could possibly ask for on this team. Speaking of aiming, transition. Let's go ahead and check out another high-speed clicking session, our Aim Lab shoot-around, and here's Coach Mini. Okay. Let's go, Coach.
Yeah, listen, he's not doing too well.
This is why I'm Coach.
This is why I'm Coach. I mean, he's hitting some shots, I'm not going to lie. He's hitting some shots right now.
84% accuracy. Do you think he can hit 100K? Can he do it?
I mean, if he's hitting 100K, he's got to be on the leaderboards, right? I don't know. What's the leaderboards for the grid shot?
He's not hitting 100K.
I have no idea. Anyway, but while Mini is on the screen as well, it's important to talk about the battle of the mind games between both of these teams as well, because they're so preparation-based, both DRX and Fnatic as two teams. And honestly, leading into this, it is a matter of who can put in the most prep, who can actually counter-strat when the maps go in the expected directions, with the compositions that they might end up playing as well. That plays a massive massive element with the direction of this series overall.
Yeah, and I think we saw some of those moments in map number 1 where DRX did show us that they had that prep work put in. They've implemented this new comp. They played to some of the win conditions, but it didn't really happen in full. Now they have to hope that that prep work is ready for the second map of Ascent.
Yeah, well, if you're just joining us, Fnatic, no surprise there, win Icebox 13-7. Now we go over to DRX's pick of Ascent, but I think we had highlighted this during the map vetoes that really this series layout, even though it does favor Fnatic, to be completely frank, it doesn't really matter as much. I think at this point, DRX just need to find the wins where they can. This is it for them. Their backs against the wall. I'm a little concerned, Brent, about DRX in this second map.
Yeah, I think you can be rightfully concerned because Fnatic on this map as well have been no slouches on it either recently. I mean, I believe it's the map where they switched Durka back over to the Jet as well after such a long break from it. And if Durka's in this prime form, if he's carrying that forwards from the first map now into Ascent, and he ends up playing that Jet again, I mean, he could just be unleashed. You're not tethered to the same elements and areas of the map that you are when you're playing the Chamber, like in the past. He can really just get let loose and supported by the rest of his team to just pop off.
I think with an attacking-sided start for DRX on this map, their biggest priority needs to be shutting down Durka. They absolutely failed at that at map number 1. This guy was otherworldly, but now they're playing the triple initiator comp. They have plentiful utility to push him off lines, to shut him down. If that is not happening, I think this series is over.
Yeah, well, let's not forget, too, last time DRX played Ascent was actually against Fun Plus Phoenix. They started that one off hot. It was 6 rounds in a row against the Copenhagen champs. You get that buffer, you start to feel pretty good. And yes, that one did go to OT. It was a very close matchup. But guys, I mean, I think it goes without saying that, like, we know that this team has has Ascent strats prepped, ready to go, and they beat FPX on this map.
I think it comes back to the pistol rounds yet again, right? Because they didn't win any in the first map of the series. They didn't win any against Loud. You need to get started early. DRX is an emotional team, and I think getting that big win at the beginning of the map would really kind of put them into that position where they could snowball into another streak of wins.
All right, Prime Gaming Agent select. Let's do this. Sorry, Brent.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, in the past with DRX on this map, listen, I'll throw it out again, give him another little plug. The Prime Agent, I messed it up. GB, take it away. That's why you're the host. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Prime Gaming Agent select.
There you go.
And that's it.
And the point I was going to make was that DRX on this map typically have had really good ideas of how to play the macro play of this map, mainly centered around mid, and I've seen in the past some of their pistol rounds. They have great ideas of how to pincer retakes on the pistols as well, by playing heavy presence in mid and just trying to basically hold their own spawn at times as well when on the defense side starting out. But this triple initiator comp does require you, if you are playing it, to be really clean with the way you are using your utility in waves of it at a time, especially if you're going to be starting on the attack side. What side are they starting?
They are going to be starting out on that attacking side, and I think it does come down to, it's a triple initiator comp, but it's also the timing comp, cycling those 45-second cooldowns to always have the right utility on standby. They've been good at it before, but we'll have to see if it can work against Fnatic, who is going back to their previous comp. Alpha's on the Killjoy yet again, and Durka gets the Jet. He dominated 100 Thieves on this agent. He is having an incredible day. I mean, this guy could go absolutely massive yet again, and for DRX, they need to get things under control, because losing here means you again are falling to that curse, means again you are letting that slip away from you. The heartbreak would be absurd.
All right, Bren, I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You think they're doing it? You think we're going to map 3?
I think Fnatic are going to be taking it. I think in 2, honestly. I just think that we talk about the emotional element. The crowd is on the side of Fnatic. Durka is on fire right now. If you get an extra element now out of Mystic or even just Althea as well, if they start also popping off, I mean, I think it should just be curtains.
We need magic, or it might just be over already for Fnatic.
Oh, we need magic indeed. We'll see if DRX has the formula, has the magic to succeed, or will Fnatic close it out right here? Let's send it back over to your casters. Here's Doug and Balla.
Thank you so much, Shubi. Yeah, David Copperfield's going to have to walk into this building because things do not look good for DRX. You're going to have to thank you. I appreciate the pity laugh. That's what that was, by the way. Durka's on Jet.
Continue, please.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta rewrite this shit. Durka's on Jet. The crowd is fully behind Fnatic. History's not on DRX's side.
Yeah.
There's really, I mean, you're looking for any shred of anything.
When you talk about magic, the only thing I can think of in this series is the curse, unfortunately for DRX. And this right here is where they have to right the ship and avoid that curse taking them again. So close to that instance. One map away from that being reality.
moment could not be heavier for DRX, as they're just a couple of moments away from perhaps the year ending.
Fnatic, 3 players down mid, the other 2 over towards A. Heavy presence here. And it's Mako to respond with Buzz on the other side of tiles.
Turk has already slipped his way forward across mid. You can see the pressure, the aggression out of Fnatic.
None of the darts or haunts used in towards mid either.
And look at the pings across the minimap. From the side of DRX, they have a really good idea of
look at Monster's flash top mid. They can swing with it. Oh no. DRX is just clapping back and it didn't even go well at all.
No. Perhaps too much aggression on the side of Fnatic, and DRX were waiting for it. They were ready. Derek and Enzo are the only 2 that remain. Spike's gonna go down 2. They're gonna have to get through the gravity wall. They're gonna have to get through the one way. They're gonna have to get through Buzz. And well, so far they've done all 3. RB on the flank too. That's gonna cause problems. Surely not expecting that. Okay, maybe you are. Perhaps you are. What was once a 5v2 has turned into a 3v2.
Have to get through the star on the spike as well, so time not on their side.
No, the layers.
Mako's playing so safe.
The layers are deep here, man. Yeah, look at Mako. Enzo's left alone in this 1v2. He drops a little bit of utility to get some info, or at least attempt to. Enzo on the tap, walks right into Sax's crosshair. First pistol of the series going in favor of DRX.
That's breaking a long streak of losses too.
How far back?
6 pistol losses in a row.
That's not good.
And they break it, so. Super important start here on Ascent. And that, yeah, I mean, that performance, yeah, you guys were a little off on the math, 1.6, not 1.5, but
you're going to rob the man. You're going to rob the man at that 0.1. That's messed up.
That's ridiculous, guys.
Yeah, for that to be, either way, for that to be the best performance that we've seen in Istanbul is astounding.
In terms of KPR.
Right.
Obviously, there was some heroics from so many different players this tournament so far. I expect it to continue. This is where we've had a lot of fireworks, this map specifically.
And the truth is, the fireworks, the heroics for Fnatic are going to have to continue in this round. You see, because DRX wins a pistol, they have the gun advantage, just pistols on the side of Fnatic here.
Deploying drone.
Rotate through spawn back towards B from DRX, a little bit late. That seems to be okay, as Durka's timing is great to clear out mid.
They're stacking back sight here. There's not... Durka's going to spot the cross too. That turret just got broken. And they now have to deal with that, on top of the fact that there's 3 players of Fnatic in the back of sight.
The one benefit to having this gun disadvantage is perhaps numbers. Swing things back your way. You see them, they're all huddled in. They're all
the Seas gets them all!
Oh, they're all decayed. Buzz, patient. Oh my gosh, how long until Buzz swings, man? RB gets 3 on the round. He's going to get the spike down too. And Durka, who's the initial...
क्या guys, DRX का comeback है? क्या guys, DRX का comeback है?
Durka gets to mull over how he's going to try to attempt this. We did call for magic. We did call for heroics. But this would be something else. DRX are going to take this up to a 2-round lead. They are going to preserve a couple of weapons too. Note Zest didn't take any damage, so he still has light armor that he can work with. They still have the Bulldog in the hands of Mako that they can carry through. This is a great setup for DRX, man. It is.
It's huge. Let's see if they can do what Fnatic did to them. Convert the bonus. Get out to a 4-0 start.
That would be so massive.
I mean, that would be such a shift in momentum. Every single player here got seized by stacks, and they double peak on both sides. Really nicely done.
RB went a little nutty there.
DRX is backstep kills,
perhaps getting the ball rolling. He's so important to this.
Without backstep kill.
No, Durka not with an op early. He didn't save for it. So just the Vandal for him.
And again, he's going to be checking around mid.
Also have Alpha here playing over towards B with a trap set up for Buzz. So if you can get the push from Fnatic to make DRX make the decision to fall off, go back towards B, that could be something to look at. hears those footsteps on the peak.
He's so freaking loud.
He's peeking it now too. I mean, we've already seen him explore mid in the last round at around this timing too, while they were crossing B.
No, Mystic is here to help. You've got Enzo holding the cross too. It's a really nice setup to establish mid control here and put Durka into position to get behind enemy lines.
DRX is playing so slow. They're waiting for this. He's coming back tiles. Everybody's giving up on him.
Oh,
where's the drone gonna go?
Durka's in trouble. Dash out, but he's been able to take the fights one at a time, and Zest just waiting on the other side.
No!
How does Durka get away with 2?
Unreal. He should have been punished instantly there. But Zest goes for the drone. It's so unlucky for DRX. And now 4 versus 3.
Is dashing into a smoke. Should be able to get into the site. Yeah, clear everything out. Stacks with the task event and the spike down succeeds.
Spike planted.
And nobody wants to play in dark right now, given that nade is still up for Mystic.
And how problematic have we seen that be? Just this tournament.
The haunt.
Is repositioning. Conceals his presence, swings around, gets a kill onto Enzo. Should be able to upgrade a weapon too, and that's exactly what he does. Still healthy, 25 armor.
They have the option to go window too.
Stacks playing down low, he falls. Fnatic busts the thing wide open.
And again, that was a 4v3, so DRX tried to make a play in through tree. But it only catches Enzo. Virtually for free, but the rest of Fnatic was just starting that retake so quickly. DRX-esque, as we saw on Icebox. But remember how much of a blunder it started off with the round for DRX.
Yeah.
Durka should not have gotten 2 there. Never. Never, ever, ever.
Highway robbery, really. And it's not, it's not as outrageous of a start as it was on Icebox, but Durka's still being Durka for now. Deep knife, not going to spot anyone. Out of RB. And Buzz takes that as he can gladly work his way forward. Oh, that hurts.
Just missed the alarm bot. You saw how impactful that was on Icebox when they did break it. It's both shock darts from Zest.
Oh, surprise.
Something to note. Looking at the setup from Fnatic right now. 4 players grouped up towards A, and Durka's up top. Behind the turret. Oh, it's cheeky. But also, there's 3 initiators on the side of DRX, so it's a very dangerous setup to go for. Knowing those darts are going to come in.
Just saw Alfier sidestep the knife.
And also, you're leaving Enzo here entirely alone.
And he was starting to rotate away, but I think off of that view of the ult being used by RB, he decides to stay. But not too far, not too aggressive, preserves his life.
Look at the triple coming back against Mako here. He's alone in a pinch.
But he's waiting for it. He's ready. How much value can he find? Is it going to be too much? He's already got 1, able to isolate it.
Waiting
2
for Durka
still
here.
waiting, and there's Durka on the swing.
Oh, they used their flash though. That's some of the initiation power on the retake gone.
Weapon upgraded for Enzo. Zest has to be cleared out.
It's only Boaster to do it.
It's got to be big. Oh, Boaster, and it is. The knife fall through too, but I don't think it tagged everyone. 1 may have been avoided. Buzz still playing tight, looks away just at the wrong time. Numbers not in their favor either. RB's left alone, and he's gotten it down, but not down enough.
So close to on the timing there for that retake, but Fnatic, insane retake. 2 big hurdles to get through in terms of the lurkers for DRX in that setup. But then the retake itself is just so good. We're gonna see Durka here go absolutely crazy as well after Boaster gets this kill.
What a kill.
The Seize is good, Alfier gets the 2, Durka's dashing in and checking all the corners. And then Enzo double dive.
Tied up at 2 apiece, Fnatic with 2 ultimates to work with. Pistols on the side of DRX, as it seems like a change in the leads is inevitable. Durka with the Blade Storm, remember his fiendish performance last time we saw him on Jet on this map.
And I also love the trend that Dirk is showing us since coming back onto this Jet is instead of buying a shorty with your knives, something like that, he just buys a frenzy. Much more effective in a lot of situations.
Yeah, but not as fun.
Yeah, no, certainly.
And you see this setup once again. Mystic very close by to Durka. Remember, it was in the previous round that we saw him sneak all the way down Cat. That Mystic was close by. It's like they're attached at the hip.
It's the same as well. On Icebox, it was those two, the Chamber and the Sage. Durka for the third time, he's exploring. Mako's in his star form. And he goes top mid?
He goes deeper.
What?
Because of course.
He's flanking so fast here, Doug. Oh my goodness.
And there's nothing to cover it. There's nothing to cover it at all. One head gone, the second just on the other side of the box. As he tries to get elevation, he tries to get high ground. The pesky kill not coming through yet. But the frenzy works there. You called it. Dashing forward, Durka looking for a third. Alphair takes it, but it still looked good. As Mako and RB are left alone.
And Mako's nowhere near. Still, they're not fully halved here on the defuse.
Durka trying to do that. RB attempting to make a play. It's not happening today. Durka and Alphair too really give the lead back to Fnatic.
What a read from Durka and Boaster there. Not sure who makes that call, but has to be Durka almost. Certainly. He just had such a quick commitment. After he spots the first, crossing back over towards B to dash behind the players about to hit the site.
And some would call it reckless, but that's a split-second decision there. Yeah. It's either I go forward or I'm out.
And also, potentially there's utility being thrown from DRX on the A site there that triggers that for him, but it's something that so many other Jets would not make that call. And they've got to find a solution to that cap push because
Phantom God
way too often. Durka now has the op, so it might not come as frequently. But this is a difference already for DRX. Yes, we've seen them go for a B split in through mid. But early take of mid, they haven't been using the initiator utility in that section outside the KO knife.
Mystic close by the flash. That means Durka's able to preserve his dash, but the hits at B. And this feels like the first time we've seen them challenge Alphair. He's got a lockdown to work with too, Ball.
This flash could come, but Buzz is going to be on top of him, so that's really not an option.
What utility does Boaster have? He's got plenty. He saw his paranoia too, and it lands right in the lap of Buzz. Alphair suppressed, not able to use any of his utility, at least for now, but Boaster's still close by. He's still got the angle, he's still got the cover. Alphair continuing to be challenged as there are so many members just on the other side of the wall, but Alphair on the swing, only able to spot one. There it is, the second, the third! As Alphair holds the site for Fnatic.
A whole team effort for a whole site hold. Enzo's Nightfall comes at the perfect time, right as Boaster puts down his smoke. And this decays them for Alphair to just destroy.
His timing on the swings was so good, man. While the rest of DRX are having to deal with and distracted with everything else that's happening, he strikes.
Fnatic with the lead now after DRX. Remember, they broke that pistol round streak of losses. They were questioning whether they could win the bonus, but they just haven't found any value since then.
Nothing here early and aggressive. Boaster once again finding value with that paranoia. On to Buzz. It feels like we've seen this before. Buzz on the dash. He's got the blade.
Boaster's alone
and
now.
He's gone up top. Oh, but Boaster's able to pluck him out of the sky. And he's going to reposition. Gonna stay alive.
And look at where he's gone to. He's gone towards B main, so he's on the flank now.
What a play out from Boaster. I think Stacks was able to upgrade a weapon. Zestos too. Can they convert it into more? No, I don't know that they can. I mean, Boaster shot there on the Buzz. Because Buzz was the key to success.
He was so high up. He was so high up. Boaster. A lot of criticism towards the guy this tournament, but it's mostly reactionary for the most part. The last two rounds have been really, really good for them.
I just want to see it again. DRX calling a timeout, which gives us an opportunity to see this one more time.
Look how high he is, man. he's nightfalled and also getting grav-welled. And again, split-second decision. He knows Buzz is usually the guy pushing the pace, splitting up the crossfires and getting out ahead of his teammates. So he spends the time to get his ult and start the flank. Calling this game has been phenomenal for Fnatic as well. Just giving, I mean, just basically cutting the leash off on so many of their players, right? Durka, the amount of flanks he's gone on.
Chinese fried rice
I
versus
definitely think it's getting in the head
NA.
of DRX and Stacks.
Yeah. The pressure has been persistent. There's no room to breathe.
Darke.
There's nowhere to settle. I mean, you can't really think about, okay, what exec do we want? Because there's a really good chance Durka's right behind us.
Yep. And DRX is a team, I mean, we've seen in the last 2 rounds the amount that they're throwing at this B site. It's planned out. It's well done.
No.
We even saw in that first
So
anti-eco that they had, right? The season, the backside. So much things do work out for them.
আমার অ্যাকাউন্টে 5.5k একজন অফার করেছে will buy instant keyword.
Whatever advantage they were
কত
supposed
খরচা
to have at that point.
16.
The one heavy huff of
কত পার্সেন্টে সেল হয় জানো মিনিমাম 6
side of DRX is that this map has been very swingy this tournament. So it just feels like no lead.
একজন আমাকে বলেছিল 7 to 8k আমার অ্যাকাউন্টে
ওটা কি
কত তো পাবো না।
See the repositioning out.
না ওটা আমাকে প্রাইস চেক করে বলে ঠিক আছে।
There's that utility to spot bottom mid.
And this is really the response to the pressure on Cat, right? Pushing it yourself, spam into the smokes, make sure Dirk's not close by.
And it's a little too late too, because Dirk is no longer doing that with this op. He did swap positions. Remember last time he was over towards A? This time over back towards B. Astral being pulled out right now.
And off of that, they're going to try to apply pressure, but once again,
For the second
Bowser's
flash.
paranoia, and the swings up from Mystic. Durka even getting in on the action as they try to split into B. The spike is going to work its way out though, but it's so far ahead, it's by himself. Stax has no one with him. A massive kill out from Mako to try to bring it back, but once again, Stax is the loneliest player on the server. Swings out, tries to get a kill, and
Oh,
does.
they're
He gets
overheating.
a second, he's gotten it down to a 1v1. There's no freaking way.
They just overheated so hard. Dirk is just going for the spam, and that gives time for Stacks to plant. Alpha here, out on market.
Alpha has the ult. Stax on the swing. The timing, gorgeous! What a clutch from Stax. 3 on the round.
And it started off so good with the mid hold there, but Stacks with the Red Bull clutch. What was this, 1v3?
Yeah, it was a 1v3.
I mean, look, Durka wants to push him after the spam because Enzo is going to be the next guy to take contact. Because get that seesaw. There's definitely a lot of heads and hands there in the crowd, but still Fnatic maintain the lead. Still, this first half going quite well for them. I just have to continue to remind the people what's happened on Ascent this tournament is consistently the attack side. It's where people struggle. So far, 3-5. DRX not sweating just yet.
Buzz creeping into the smoke. Waiting to see what's on the other side, but Durka wanting to go aggressive there. Yeah, he does get tagged by the drone, and it's going to find even more.
Yeah, just spotted Mystic too. Mystic has to get out of there. Also note, Zest did not spend his ult just yet on that drone tag, because Durka easily gets out of there. He's re-clearing.
Bro, you can tell he's just antsy. He wants to go, but he's jumped on the other side, and he dashes forward.
If he got that kill, I would have lost it.
I mean, the freaking whole venue would have lost it. Look at Buzz repositioning, dashing a bit of the same way. There's so much more agency when you put Durka on this jet. You saw that it's a double-edged sword there.
That's a good ult from Mystic, but I don't think they realize how far out they are.
Enzo's here trying to anchor the
Flash
site
out.
by himself.
30 seconds.
It's a 1-for-1. Booster now has arrived! What a flick from Booster! But Mako, again, trying to bring things back. A 2v2, Alpha are close by, and it's going to have to be him by himself. He lost the clutch previously. Can he win this one?
Spike's not planted yet.
He used the ult. There's no way in.
He's got into backside.
They're gonna have to overwhelm Alpha here. Can he hold the line by himself?
They
Is
don't
there
know where
even
he
enough
is.
time?
They don't know where he is.
There's not enough time.
No!
He's gotten it to one. The clock has expired. What a holdout from Alpha here. The Red Bull clutch for Fnatic.
Back-to-back clutches. And the venue's come alive at this point. Fnatic strike back instantly. Look at this from Boaster. Holds his flash early on. He almost used it. Waits for Mystic to join him.
Jeez.
And that spray transfer, just unreal from the IGL.
It was a pre-fire too. Spamming that angle before there was even a peek. He knew.
Back into the round already. Dirk is exploring. He doesn't have that op this time. Going right back towards old antics.
Here.
That's a recall. Oh my goodness.
Bro, 3 people facing that right there.
It is only a Marshall though. For a second I thought he was just going to get picked instantly.
Mako has a Vandal. You mentioned the Marshall in the hands of Buzz. And once again, it seems like they're going to try to work mid. The alarm bot again, cleared out. Now without getting triggered, so off of that you can tell there was no utility that did it.
DRX has been ignoring the A site for the majority of this game.
It's going to be another split.
And
Stax
Alpha.
has his ult.
Alpha's alone.
Is that the setup? Is it off of the Nightfall that they go? The knife there, I believe Alfier's sidestepped it. Boaster's going to reposition. Yeah, Alfier's already fallen. Enzo trying to spam through the smoke, and he's rewarded with a gift.
RNG
Now
बोलते
Boaster's here, the rotation's coming through. You still have Buzz who's still playing in mid. Boaster
Prowler,
down low, finds another. Boaster's not quite done yet.
What?
Repositions into the smokes, and Stax has no idea. Now Zest trying his hand at it too. Oh, and Stax with the flick. But Fnatic keep it together.
And now they're sweating. Because Boaster's not only giving them nightmares, but they're only at 3 so far. That was definitely an opportunity. But Enzo and Boaster, after DRX picks off here, they combine to shut down the eco attempt.
And the setup was there, man. I don't know if it was hesitation out of DRX or what, but there was just enough time for Boaster to reposition and make
Definitely an opportunity. Trying to shut down the eco
कीबोर्ड देखो
attempt.
सब fuck
Sharp.
उधर
there. The third too
माउस
easy.
धाइसर में
Oh, it's too easy. As
माउस
Alfier's
पोजीशन में
still looking
कीबोर्ड
for
धाइसर
more.
में
The swing out. He spots one player.
ओ भाई
And now the reinforcements are here. The help has arrived.
Barbara.
As Mystic gets onto Stax. Mako so far from the play. Just has to sit back and watch, sit back and wait. Mako really with no good options, no good room.
9-3 goal let's be 9-3 9-3 curse 9-3 curse लगेगा 9-3 curse लगेगा
Prize, but the round still goes in favor of Fnatic.
Such a good hold from Alfir. Just down and dark. And he has no utility to help him here. Durkee, yes, spamming the cross, but I mean, come on.
And he almost gets the fourth onto Stax as he's jumping behind Jenny.
Last round of the half now. And a big tool out of the kit. RB already popped his ult, but still 3 ults for DRX. Only 1 on Fnatic side.
And the buy is not great. You need to get the, Blade Storm into the hands of Buzz. That's exactly what they do. Stax has been holding on to this Nightfall for a couple of rounds now.
Oh my goodness. Fnatic are literally ahead of the ideas.
Yep.
Remember, I mentioned how DRX has been avoiding the A side. Yes, they get the orb. And they start a little bit of control towards there at the beginning of the round, but look, immediately going back, and this for the first time. Yes, Dirk is opted in this position, but they've not had a bait setup. They've not had Mystic and Boaster hand in hand. Sorry, Mystic and Durka.
They also have Enzo close by.
He's
with
got an
Nightfall.
Odin, dude. An Odin. Once that pressure comes onto these two, that spam will be brutal.
It's going to be another split.
It has, I mean, I hope so, for their sake.
And And this time there's no alarm bot covering mid. That's why you see Boaster playing close by. Really almost in poetic timing, Boaster steps away. So mid is currently unguarded. Truly, they hear the drone. The Prowler has been used B2.
It's only Alpha here again where they want to go up into tree.
Remember, the Nightfall's going to be on the other side, too.
They've got the wall as well. They can go for a plant easily. And Mystics re-explode. They know what's happening. They're ahead of the play.
Boaster once again with the opener. There it is, the Nightfall. Where's the counter? Enzo patient on it. And there it is. Now it's been used. It's going to hit a couple members as you've got Mystic who's going to be on the flank. 10 seconds left to get the spike down. Can they do it in time? Seems to be the case. Now they've got the Cosmic Divide. They're going to have to navigate around as well.
RP.
He's flashed. He's going aggressive. Alfier gets dropped. Now the Hunter's Fury as Durka still playing up top. Zest right beneath him. And Durka falls. The kills trade back and forth. It stacks with the Guardian. Gets it down to a 1v2 Boaster. Can he do it again? Can he be the heroics for his team? Can he split the net? Can he get behind enemy lines? Can he get it? He's isolated into one, but he has no idea where the other member was. Sax cleans it up just in the nick of time to get DRX to 4.
8-4 करता हूँ, the fuck.
It really has been a battle of the two as well. Stacks. Another 1v1 for him. Boaster almost made it happen. That was a series of ridiculous ults being used and plays being made.
Good night, that flick out from RB.
When RB's going over top there, he's actually did get hit by the ult of Zest, who is in hell. That's crazy.
8-4 half in favor of Fnatic. DRX, they're not done yet. They're not done fighting. Let's throw it down to the desk.
Doug, and I mean, look, just
defenses have been so stellar. I mean, we've seen it.
They're aggressive. Good night. They're aggressive. Look at that. They're so far up. They're going to give Durka a taste of his own medicine, but this time he's wise to it. He's waiting. Alfier's already gotten one. There are two members on the other side of the smoke. It dissipates! And the kills go in favor, at least Fnatic for now. But Buzz on the trade as Boaster's clip runs dry.
They have the time advantage right now, but Fnatic is squandering it. The sites were not guarded. But in that situation, obviously, there could be so many variables you're not accounting for.
And that's
So
why
they slow it down, but DRX with the good read. Just the natural lean. 50 seconds still to play. That could make DRX second guess themselves.
That's exactly, yeah, cut noise. Introduce an element of doubt.
But in this case, you don't move. I mean, he's looking at the backside right now, worried about the flank. Utility given out though, so Buzz will be here.
That's the cue. Stacks managing to avoid the early damage.
30 seconds left.
Buzz waiting. It's going to be difficult to get through that, but the flash may be the problem. Yep, there it is. Buzz has to give the angle up, leaving Stacks on an island. And he's gotten it down. Buzz on the trade. Stacks trying to clean things up as there is help on the other side. DRX win the pistol.
And it's back to winning ways for them on the first rounds of these halves. Both pistols in this game. And it's because Stacks and Buzz played together so well. Buzz being able to get the kill through the door, I mean, as Stacks begins to swing.
The timing was perfect.
And again, that's not a position that you think Stacks is going to be, right? Underneath. Not just spotting heaven, not just jump spotting, but committed to the site.
No early pressure this time from DRX, as they don't explore mid-map. They don't make the play around Cat. They're much more patient this time around, unaware as to what's on the other side.
Both orbs collected for two key members of Fnatic here, the Killjoy and the Fade. And one thing as well, when we're on the theme of attack sides being so tough in this event, that's something that Durka playing the Jet is definitely alleviating a little bit. Same thing for Buzz, which we saw in that first half. Whereas almost every other team committing to no duelist on this map.
This time it's Fnatic who are quietly working their way at mid. And it's a full commit, man. Everyone is there. There is no split. There is no second layer. There's just classics and a prayer. Zest with the Bulldog finding one, the second there too.
30 seconds left.
As they're chaining their utility so well. But Boast from Fnatic got a couple kills. That's all it's going to be though. Zest with 4, DRX at 6.
Fnatic just dry walk up mid in that case, and Buzz comes at the perfect time.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some
If he doesn't spot them there, they have the chance to actually walk into Boaster's smoke, which is set up to pop out.
Come back to hack. Come back to hack. Come back to hack.
Bonus for DRX.
About there.
And again, we asked the question, can they convert? A 4-0 at the beginning of the half would tie them up.
Durka looking to challenge mid. And there's nothing aggressive early on, but you see the setup from Buzz and Zest right there on your screen. Hand in hand as they try to keep control of this area of the map. And again, a quiet early round. I mean, you can feel the tension building, Paula. Neither team wanting to be the first to make the mistake.
Ah,
and there it is.
hardke.
The first mistake is made, and it's by Buzz.
He thinks he has a little bit of leeway to peek there, given that dart took a while to be broken by Durka. But he wants to challenge. A star on Fnatic.
It's interesting what they choose to do here because Fnatic have some room to work with. The knife just hit A and it didn't hit anyone. The spike is still that way.
There's so much misdirection going on.
Yes.
Breaking the wall, the smoke has gone down and spawned the flash out for Durka to actually commit here.
But the spike is headed over while Boaster still at A. Oh, now it's Enzo bringing it back. Massive kill out from Alpha here.
And that actually gives the idea that they're coming towards B, but somehow, some way, DRX have not budged. And Fnatic pivot one more time.
The quadruple pivot. The cloudburst is Durka looking to go forward. Zest once again tries to replicate the success he found in the previous round and cannot. Now Durka going 13 seconds left. The spike should arrive.
10 seconds
It should
left.
get planted. Remember, Mako just with the Spectre, RB with the Sheriff.
One enemy remaining.
And there's really nothing you can do here. Mako's managed to upgrade a weapon. He gets one kill, but that's all it's gonna be.
Durka looks like a different beast in this game, in this series so far. With the approaches that he's going for.
Dark is
just chasing kills, it felt like. I mean, obviously the first was something different, but this last as well. I mean, he's by himself in this instance.
It's the Durka way, and it works.
And DRX does not convert. They have a decent buy here, given they had a bonus.
Here.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a little touchy here. Zest only has a Sheriff light armor on 2 members.
Here.
Alfier has his ult too. You see an early challenge from Stacks to be made. Trying to garner any bit of information.
Oh, it missed. That definitely thinks he cleared right there for Enzo.
Yeah, but will they challenge him? Buzz still here, and yes, they will. Ah, what a blunder.
Yeah, that's a mistake, but that Prowler, I mean, that's a lot of space to clear. And Enzo tried. And that's why he thought it cleared. He thought he flicked enough onto that side. Still some room to work with, don't forget. They've got this ult. Something you could do. I mean, Fnatic has been clearly wanting to manipulate the map and manipulate the rotations to catch picks. With the players in mid here, Alfier could use the lockdown and potentially do something in spawn.
The Prowler just spotted members in B main, and you saw them pull off.
Yeah, because they think it's about to come.
Yeah.
You should run.
And it is.
There it is. Does he have a lineup? Does Zest have anything? He has 2 shot darts. No, he's just holding them. So they're just going to wait out the lockdown, and then they're going to go. And you see Boaster perfectly timed Paranoia once again to delay.
No way.
But what a shot out from Zest. Tag of the Dark gives him everything. Stack still playing with smokes. 13 seconds left, and Mystic tried. Tucking Tail tried getting away. Not able to reposition.
10 seconds left.
Alfier looking to go aggressive. They're in a 2v5. And Alfier do it before this crowd. So many targets before him, and no, he cannot. Boaster severely outnumbered. And DRX win another.
Crucial round here for DRX. They keep it within 2. And don't squander the opportunity they had ahead of them with that pistol round win. We could have been looking at a very similar scoreline to Icebox with Fnatic in the lead. Instead, this game is still very much playable. And that's what you get, kind of. Obviously, that was a mistake on the Prowler from Durka, but with the pace he's playing at and with the attitude he's playing with, you end up with first deaths like that.
You're playing with a little swagger.
Check links.
Sometimes you do get burned. But again, not really a mistake of his own. Either way. Durka going right back into it. The blades don't land! And Stax is able to hold the line. Buzz close by the span there, and it's good. And it seems like Fnatic already at such a numbers disadvantage have to reconsider how they approach this.
They invested in this round
heavily.
They wanted to catch DRX by surprise. And it looks like we're going to be waiting here for a little while. Boaster choosing to talk to his team right now instead of use a timeout. 50 seconds left in the round, and they're all the way in spawn.
The question is, how aggressive will DRX get? But man, the comeback from them has been outrageous. Crowd still obviously behind Fnatic, and perhaps the moment of encouragement during this lull in the action is what they need, because again, the comeback from DRX.
Yep.
Turns out they can punch back too, huh?
10 seconds left.
They're few but mighty, and they instantly get booed out by the chance of DRX.
And it's funny because they did get a little bit of love from the rest of the crowd, but there is a section right behind us that is Can Yang and the DRX crew. So they might sound a little louder to our English broadcast. This was, I mean, we're talk about Turka and overheating a little bit. This obviously was a called strat, but that's where, I mean, we saw literally around by Durka against 100 Thieves. We went crazy with a strat like that, and look at this, with the 3 guns saved, with the pep talk from Boaster.
I'll find you.
They've invested again, and we're back to slow pace.
Note once again, Enzo grabbing the orb in the previous round now has that Nightfall online. Prowler just cleared out all of B main by stacks.
Playing with fire.
That is bold.
Again, 3rd round in a row here where Fnatic has been the first death.
And that one was...
Are you kidding me? I mean, that is... What a play. An idea from Mystic and Durka there to get a flash into market and dash by yourself, but there was 2 players there. Playing with way too little information.
They've returned back towards B. Area that was cleared out and then cleared out again. But with options really non-existent.
Control of B main still gives him room to execute.
30 seconds left.
Potentially room to get another orb here, something like that, because Enzo's had his for a while.
Yeah, this feels like another save.
20 seconds. Wow.
If you're Fnatic here, you've got to find a sign of some sort. Manage to somehow draw a line between them and what DRX are doing, because they're not even tangentially close to what DRX are being able to pull off. Right? Like they're nowhere near the vicinity.
I'll find you.
It's been these defaults that, oh my goodness, he's gonna try to get a kill here. Not gonna be fast enough, they. For Fnatic, happy about that one. 3 guns again, they're gonna invest once more. And this time, I mean, Boaster's just exploring by themselves and... Just missed time on so many levels.
It was an attempt at a play.
They actually use a timeout here. And I'm a little worried here, Doug. Given the amount of time they've had to talk now, and going for it, basically, 3 times in a row. Boaster and Fnatic struggling to find an answer to DRX defense right now. And it's crazy to me because this hasn't been a one-sided affair for DRX. Fnatic struck so... They've found solutions so far in this half. Other than that, though, the rounds have been blowouts for sure.
And we've had what, 3 rounds in a row now where it's just been like a good 30 seconds to a minute of just saving.
Yeah. And you have to think as well, the crowd right now, all behind Fnatic, and that is a lot of pressure. Not just on Alpha Air. Maybe in that first game, that was the narrative a lot of people were mentioning, myself included. But right now, Fnatic, with the opportunity to close out this map and make it to the 2nd top 4 for this team in a year.
Can Fnatic cauterize the lead? Can they capitalize on the advantage that they had? An aggressive peek. The drone is cleared, but Alpha holds the line. A massive kill. I believe it was you said with 3 rounds in a row where Fnatic had died first. This time, it's different.
And it's Alpha Yair as well. The young Turk of the squad. To step up, and he took a solo fight. We saw that solo fight after solo fight in the previous rounds, and it's him to do it.
It's been quiet, but I think he's 18 and 11. He's playing well.
For everybody on Fnatic, it's been quiet on this attack.
Yeah.
And they're grouping again. Boaster, the only sole member of Fnatic up the top mid. Everybody else in this B main area, and this is a good call.
All he needs to get is info, and he has his ultimate. If he can see any rotations going through mid, he can realize where the pressure's coming from.
This K ult is huge too. Getting this online right now, you're not going to have the double dart.
The smoke into market.
Face your fear.
There's the Nightfall. They're
Both darts.
They're gonna roll right by each other, and there's the KO ult that you mentioned.
30 seconds left.
Most are now committing to the ult. Oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna go back side. A bit further up, perhaps expecting someone there. Enzo's found one on his S already, but they managed to get the site. The thing is, Stax is back here. Stax hasn't been cleared, and he still has some utility. Majorca on the spot. Stax doesn't care.
Time.
He's swinging out, and they're all flash, but Mystic lands the shots anyway. Mako in an impossible situation. A 1v4 to preserve the tie.
Mako getting exits here. He knows the situation's been save after save. If he gets guns down, even just a few, that's just huge.
He's so aggressive. Look at him. But Alfie are wise to it.
When they were both flashed there, I was looking frantically to find, is RP alive? Because I'm pretty sure that was Mystic's flash. Thankfully, Mystic is able to actually get the kills. But that could have been a moment where Stax gets both of those players.
Jeez.
Yeah, RP was alive.
3 ultimates on the side of DRX. The Hunter's Fury and the Cosmic Divide both key. Buzz has an op too. He's gonna challenge mid. Defensive knife, not gonna tag anyone.
I'm bolstering Fnatic right now. I'm telling my 2 stars, Dirk and Alfir, let's play 4 picks, but let's not get too aggressive.
Yeah.
That aggressiveness has been costing us dearly.
Some nice sets that they choose to dance on. And in some instances, it's rewarded success, and in other times, it's rewarded tragedy.
And also another switch up here, Buzz, with the op. So you can't necessarily play for the same type of picks that you were before. So many ults on the side of DRX too. If you burn this clock even a little bit, and you have that Cosmic Divide that could lock you out, you have that Hunter's Fury that could just end you. Zest playing on site though.
And just for a moment, it looked like they may have gotten past the haunt. I think a second earlier on the rotation, Field spots nothing.
30 seconds left.
C's not gonna land. You mentioned them burning the clock. They've gotten this far. You see the Cosmic Divide through his S, just looking away at the wrong time. RB's able to trade it out, though he doesn't find anything else as Alfier cleans him up. He's actually backside. He's cutting off the rotations. Buzz cannot get in, but he somehow managed to slip through. Alfier cleans him up anyway. Mako once again in a brutal spot. This time it's, I mean, maybe more doable. It's certainly not as dire as it was before.
That one way going up, he has only one way to commit. Down towards land, and Enzo and Alfie are immediately covering it up. Splitting up 2, no chance. Fnatic finally find a way. And now it's DRX thinking, this B hit is causing us trouble. Too often are we actually getting the utility off that we want to hold this site. But at the same time, we're getting pressured so much by the executes from Fnatic that we're not able to actually use our counter utility to full effect.
Oh, and how devastating would it be for DRX to get this close and come up just a bit short.
One enemy remaining.
The comeback has been impressive. And the timeout called.
It's the entire arena chanting one 17-year-old's name. This guy right here, 21 and 11.
And again, it's been quiet. I mean, he's had, what, maybe one multi-kill round that I can think of, but otherwise it's just been chipping away at DRX.
Certainly been impactful these last 2. That first kill. Started the streak of 2. Thankfully, that massive streak of rounds for DRX has given him a huge bank to play in. So Buzz still has the op. Now they'll decide how to use that. He hasn't really been a guy to take these aggressive peaks. But the way that Fnatic is playing so slow, so cautious in the default, and then suddenly getting aggressive, I think you could easily find some value. And for the first time as well, it's not just the straight default. Yes, Alfia is all the way alone on the B side holding it down, but there's 4 players towards A. Usually have Enzo holding that B.
No ultimates to speak of on the side of Fnatic. The sidestep there from Mystic around the knife. Question here.
Fast rotate.
Yeah, you've just questioned here on DRX. What's the read? What?
Zest has put himself in a position to counter ult when this hit comes in on either side, and it's coming towards A.
There it is, 100 Fury. You just mentioned it. Mako dancing around the Jenny, and he finds 2 massive ones. Is this a punt already?
Alfia's gonna grab the orb, and they'll have it in the next round if they commit to fighting.
Okay, we'll flag.
Round is done.
Well, he find out.
Enzo already all the way back top mid. You have to try here, Alfia again.
That's gonna help.
Just working past his turret. Smoke delaying everything. DRX, even though they have the man advantage, they've not taken any extra space.
They're gonna go back into B.
Look at the marks.
Yeah,
Up through mid.
it's just stats.
Flash है अच्छा.
The thing is, Zest is already starting to rotate over.
Reveal है.
Little footsteps, certainly not heard from the players on the A side. Boaster again marking. From the grave, just walk up through mid. Let Alfia do what he does best right now.
Full walking.
Hold things up.
Zest has a drone, but he has no drone yet. He's just messing.
Oh, he tried to break the door.
Through it. 13 seconds left. They're gonna have to commit to it. And Zest is on the other side, but Alfia gets him. A 3v3, and he still has that lockdown, but you haven't cleared out Stacks. You haven't cleared out Stacks. The Prowler in his lap.
Getting stuck.
Stacks on the swing.
He got off. He got off.
No way.
Oh, bye.
He was exposed, and Stacks didn't even select the right target. Fnatic. Oh no. Shades of that game in Copenhagen, where they just didn't trust each other to hold. Look, he's a moment away. But he's the guy who even gets the kill too. Oh no.
Oh, a sigh of relief out of the DRX camp.
And a sigh of frustration on the faces of Fnatic. RB has his ult this round as well, can cancel any execute coming through in its entirety.
Here.
And there's barely even any passive utility for Fnatic to try to expose that ult.
Alfia looking to see if there's going to be any challenge aggressive through B main, but no, it's actually a passive setup from Buzz as he holds angle with the op.
Money situation right now. This could be a reset opportunity for Fnatic. So if they win this round, good chance in the next. Look at the space of Buzz though.
He's so far up, and he still has his dash.
There's 2 prowlers available for no, only 1 from Enzo. Should use it here.
He chooses not
Great
to say it for good reason. Yeah, the paranoia in from mid. They're gonna funnel into B.
You should run.
You hear the ult has been used. Alfia using his too.
Oh, they're slowing it down.
They've dropped everything into this round. And Boaster backside cleans up RB. They've been able to cut off the rotation. Sturka finds another.
And he's getting locked up here in the back of side. Oh,
Buzz is safe. Buzz is safe. And I don't think they know. Oh, I don't think they know. It's a 2v2, but Buzz falls. Mako in this 1v2 now. As the spike should go down, Mystic and Enzo.
They're still backside. 10 seconds.
10 seconds
patient now. He hears the plane. Gets the stars back to swing out. Enzo not able to land the shots. And off of that, he goes Astral. He goes Cosmic. But he's going to have to go more than that. Mako's got to clutch this out. For DRX. He spotted a good barrel. He's gotten into 1. Mako gets both. Mako gets both. And the defuse. We're tied.
We're going the distance here in the Volkswagen Arena. DRX is not done yet. got the res up, instantly fell. Mako, so much value in this round. The gun barrel's what betrays Enzo.
What a play. What a play.
And like I said, that was a reset opportunity for Fnatic. If they won that round, the game was virtually unwinnable in the event, except in the event of a crazy light buy win from DRX. Instead, it's Fnatic who's now in that position. Thankfully, a little bit more of a bank. These teams putting all of it on the server right now. Both now 2 rounds away from match point. Fnatic 2 rounds away.
Kon jitra.
From a second top 4 finish and a chance at their first trophy still in their hands. And DRX, I mean, the same situation, just only their first top 4 ever at a global tournament. Yet the problem for them, still 2 maps to go. They're just holding on for dear life.
Three ultimates on the side of Fnatic. The lead squandered, but you can't think about that now.
Grouped up against back here at A, and we saw how badly that went last time. Still, Alphair and Fnatic made a meal out of it eventually in the post round, or late round, I should say.
Here.
And they're finally gonna go for a tree split. Both are pulling out something else on the hot.
He's paranoid. You see the angle set up to help clear out tree if need be.
थोड़ा बाय ना है भाई नहीं लेते संपला
First to smoke.
DRX have been historically so
तगड़ा
good
है
at locking down tree.
Does he flash through this and swing?
He wants a fake right now.
तूने बूस्टर लगाने दिला मग भाई
There's the flash, there's the swing.
Nobody spotted for DRX, so with this fake, does it pull anybody? Still no.
Fnatic are playing this beautifully. They pull off of the pressure towards tree, clear the door towards B, and now they go. They've committed. They've dropped the nightfall. They've dropped the dash, and it's Durko who has the spike, and he's the tip of the spear. He's the first one to fall, but Enzo on the trade. He's gotten it to 4. The rotations now for DRX coming through. Is it going to be too late? Is it going to matter as Mako tries to hold the line? He cannot. Zest is here. 13 seconds left. Alpha on the plant. Missed it close by. They try to take the lead back, and can they do it here? Stax and Zest both healthy. The drone, the first, cleared out. Alpha on the reposition. You see you've got Timmy Turret just on the other side of Jenny. The Haunt not going to spot anything. The Dart isn't either. They go in aggressive. Alphair on the swing. He's gotten into 1. No 1v1 here as he tries to win the round himself for Fnatic. Is he going to check the right side? But no! Another clutch for DRX!
A first match point on this map, and it's DRX who holds it.
I mean,
so close. Thinnest of margins for Alphair to hit that. And Sastu had an unbelievably rough game on Icebox.
oh, he didn't land a single bullet. Sastu was weak. Didn't have full armor, didn't have full health. The DRX faithful come to life one again as they can smell Fracture. 1 round away from getting them there, but if we've learned anything about Fnatic, it's that they will not go down without a fight.
ओडिन का आने के लिए एवढा दिन
Dueling crowd. In the final moment, dueling teams. And Buzz has the op on an angle that's not smoked.
The Prowler not going to go deep enough to clear him out. They're expecting challenge up top. You hear the blades. Durka is there, and Buzz waiting, anticipating the swing. The shot's not going to land. Durka's able to slip the net and get forward. And they've got the spike close by 2. Both are still on the other side.
so many fakes in the last couple rounds, but they've never been biting. How do you get them to bite? 40 seconds, they're burning the clock.
retake करणार नाही लोक
Holding onto
मारणार
their
मग.
utility. And Boaster wants to run it this time. He's the guy who's going to challenge.
Paranoia, but it's just a paranoia into smoke. Is that going to be enough?
Fake TP as well, potentially into the smoke. RB's considering, but nobody's rotating.
Discipline from DRX as they hold. Now the Cosmic Divide through, and it's fortunate because it covers both sides. Durka tries to go up top. He still has the blades. He's spotted ahead. He spotted a second, but he's only able to get one. Alpha are still healthy, able to clean up stacks. Buzz swinging out. The Op's going to find nothing.
बोला ना हम भाई
Overtime
हमको.
seemingly inevitable. What can RB do? What can Mako do? Fnatic committing everything into this.
They're reading the fight for Boaster, though.
Oh, Boaster's reading them!
बोला था मैं retake नहीं कर रहा है.
Once again, impossible situation. So heavily the recipient of critique. And boy, would this quell a lot of doubters if he was
बोला
able
था
to pull this
retake
off.
नहीं कर रहा है, नहीं कर रहा.
He's gotten it down to a 1v3. Mystic is weak. But surely there's not enough time, right? Surely not. Overtime before us.
DRX holding on. But Fnatic responding in kind. Not willing to give up the map just yet. It's either side here. We're stepping in our first overtime. And I feel like I've been here before with DRX. 2 overtimes on this map alone in this event. Once against Furia, where they came back from a 9-3. And once against FPX, which that went so long, I don't even remember the circumstances.
FPX.
We've swapped sides. DRX now on the attack, but they felt a lot more comfortable than Fnatic did, even though the score is identical.
FNC नहीं जीतेगा. जीतेगा भाई बारह दे लोग. OT पे लेके गए भाई, जीता. ये लोग रीटेक नहीं कर रहे, ये लोग पहले ही मारने गए लोग को. ये लोग से रीटेक नहीं हो रहा है. कितने भी राउंड का ना, एक भी राउंड रीटेक नहीं हो रहा है लोग से फटके से.
Durka disappeared in that attack side half, oftentimes being the first death. But on defense, he was a monster.
So pivotal to their success, and you see him here playing with danger, playing with fire, sidestepping his way.
अबे नेट यार.
Forward is here, he backs right up, and DRX glad to take the space that he is now unoccupied. Flash there, he's flashed up, he can't see anything. Buzz on the dash right into his smoke. And Durka, now he can see, and the timing is perfect because he's able to find one off of it. But that's it.
But Enzo dropped the spike next to door with a haunt, spray through the door and the smoke.
And they have to wait for Zest to get it, but I think they know.
He's not aware.
Oh, they don't know! Now position given away, the door is still.
How does he cross though?
He's got it two on the other side, he's gotten it to one, and off of that Buzz strikes. A 1v1. Alfier again in a clutch position. Can he win it out against Buzz? He's healthy, he's up top. He's got the advantage, the high ground, but can he land the shots? No, guessing everywhere as Buzz comes in. Buzz does it again!
ऑडियो बड़ा है और बढ़ाओ. तले में अब जाएगा, तले में अब जाएगा. अगर 5 हैरी टेक हुआ तो नहीं है, ये लोग 5 हैरी टेक नहीं कर रहा है. पहले पिक लेना ही है, एक तो 2 पिक पहला लेना ही है.
Looked so good. Yet still stacks and Buzz.
Mind fucked हो गया अल्फाजर.
With a 2v2.
अल्फाजर mind fucked हो गया.
And Alfier, the inspiration of many here in Turkey, falling short twice in back-to-back 1v1s.
The kid feels inevitable though. It just feels like there will be this moment. But can DRX put them away
इनका
before it
सोआ
happens?
ये क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? ओडिन क्यों नहीं कर रहा, समझ रहा नहीं मेरे को.
Fnatic feel like they're playing as if they were about to be eliminated themselves, especially on this attack side. It's been hectic. They're forgetting things. That doesn't mean they're playing bad by any means. But you can literally see the pressure that these guys are feeling. Thankfully, the individual skill still shining through on a lot of players, and Enzo himself as well, who saves them many a times on the global stage at Copenhagen.
Marked one.
Prowler out towards A main. Gonna get a little bit of info. As Fnatic once again spread themselves thin.
Sheesh.
Oh boy. Oh Mako.
शीश भाई ये मार्को को बहुत मारा है भाई बहुत मारा बाद में क्लच भी निकाले 1v3
The gravity while trying to delay. Buzz going in aggressive, making sure that no one's made their way out. Boaster once again trying to cut off rotations, and he fails. Buzz flash turns spams. Oh, and it's all on Alfier, and he cannot keep them in it. Overtime DRX. Ascent DRX. Again, the DRX faithful roar to life.
मजा आएगा ये मेरे को चश्मा चाहिए वैसा I need this चश्मा bro I need this चश्मा sorry I want that चश्मा bro I want that चश्मा सेक्सी चश्मा था हमको वो चश्मा चाहिए
Holy smokes, what a map, man.
पारस थर्ड मैप कौन जीत रहा है पारस थर्ड मैप कौन जीत रहा है ये क्लच सेक्सी था उसका
almost a year ago in Champions Group Stage last time around in an elimination match. The parallels, I mean, are too many to paint. They ended on map 3 of Fracture, and it was a really good close win by Fnatic.
Hopefully, that means we're going to get a bit of the same. If nothing else, we're going to get neons, we're going to get chaos, we're going to get pressure, and unfortunately, we are going to get a break. Before we get to all the good stuff, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Sheesh. 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 Istanbul. Istanbul. Stan MC Stan. Bull. College adds mortal and ocean in book section related to career in esports. Oh, oh. मावली तुझी दया यारेया सारेया गजानना गारोया नामक तुझे गाऊया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया मंगलमूर्ती मोरया गान तुझे ओठा मकराओ दे चरणी तुझ्या जीवन मजा आएगा थोड़ा वेळ नादाचा नाद तू मायेची आड तू मावली तुझी दया छोड़े अच्छे से बात कर चल 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 झोले में चिंगारी सर पे छत डिवाइन का गाना है आ रहा है बाय आओ ना भी कुल्हड़ पिज्जा कुल्हड़ पिज्जा चालू कर भाई तड़ में बाविन भाई का स्ट्रीम देख क्या कर रहे बॉबिन भाई क्या कर रहे हैं बॉबिन भाई
Zimbabwe. आज के लिए 5 बैचेस खत्म
बॉबिन भाई बॉबिन
Wasn't
भाई
the same. That was happening consistently on this
लगा
team.
के
They did a really good job
बॉबिन
pushing
भाई
front, and he
स्ट्रीम लगा
carried
के
that energy
चले
forward in
गए
the first half. He was absolutely running away with it. But, I mean, listen,
या
DRX
अपन खुद की स्ट्रीम लगा देखा अभी क्या आएगा एक दो तीन चार पाँच लाइन में खुलते ही रहेगा
अच्छा कि लैन इवेंट्स वापस आ रहे हैं तो हर लैन के बाद इम्प्रूवमेंट तो हो रहा है लेकिन यही जो भी एनर्जी और जो प्यार है ना गेम को वो दिखाते रहना पड़ेगा क्योंकि जिस दिन ये प्यार हटा फिर वो लोग लैन वैन नहीं करेंगे समझ रहे हो
Of course, if you're
विंग्स भाई एक्सेट बीसीजे का स्टोरी देखना ट्रू हीरो हाँ क्या क्या है बताओ मेरे मेंबर्स ग्रुप में डालो मनोज थैंक यू फॉर द कुंभारे मेरी जान के 40 2 crore 35 lakhs फर्स्ट प्राइज लेकिन ये लोग का बहुत बहुत तुम लोग को पता है ना क्या क्या है ये लोग का फ्रेंचाइज स्लॉट वाला सिस्टम भाई खतरनाक है भाई बेंक्स यूफो का इम्प्रूवमेंट कहाँ तक आया बैंगलोर वाला नहीं वो नहीं मालूम है वो नहीं वो तो हम लोग बकचोदी कर रहे थे ऐसा कुछ है नहीं शायद गोविंद
शीश
भाई गोइंग टू इस्तांबुल मेरे को नहीं पता हो सकता है हर साल 1.5 मिलियन डॉलर मेरे को तो यार डोटा लेवल का मेरे को देखने का यार प्राइस पूल लेजिट भाई डोटा लेवल का प्राइस पुल और वैसे सब हो गया ना यार कि मैं रो दूंगा यार रो दूंगा समझ रहे गूजबम्स आ जाएंगे क्योंकि मेरे को इतना मन है ना इस सब बहुत बड़ा इवेंट में जाने को इतना मन है कभी मैं जा नहीं पाया बाहर इस बार जाएंगे चैंपियन बंडल का 50% 15 मिलियन था लास्ट ईयर हाँ क्या इस बार कितना है
쉽다고 생각해서 이제 사이트 홀드 싸움에서만 이기면 된다라는 이제 서로의 소통이 돼가지고 그래가지고 이제 C 위주로 좀 많이 갔었는데 그런 걸로 좀 이기지 않았나 싶어요. 일단은 저희가 계속 상대가 똑같은 것만 하고 오는데도 저희가 그거에 대해서 잘 파이법을 못 찾았다고 해야 될까요? 그래가지고 저희끼리도 이제 소통도 잘 안 됐고 그런 점에서 약간 저희 오히려 상대가 잘했다기보단 오히려 저희끼리 걸려 넘어진 느낌이 아닐까 싶습니다. 한 20% 정도 봤다고 생각하시면 될 것 같아요. 저희가 오늘 다 이제 뭔가 붕 떠 있는 상태였다고 해야 될까요?
Break a trap that isn't there, and they might even think, oh, maybe Cypher's not around, or maybe his trap's starting. Oh, if they turn, they'd see him. Just in time, they've spotted less.
कितना क्विक रहता है ना रिएक्शन अलग का। बंस भाई थोड़ा बुरा लगता होगा ये गेम 5-6 साल नहीं आया, वरना आप भी खेलते स्पोर्ट्स प्रोफेशनली। वो इफ्स एंड बट्स में नहीं जा सकते रे। 5-6 साल पहले आता तो मेरे को पता भी नहीं मैं खेलता, अगर खेलता तो वो लेवल पे खेलता। वो इफ्स एंड बट्स पे गेम नहीं होता है, समझ रहे? लाइफ इज लाइफ, तुमको एक्सेप्ट करना है और आगे बढ़ने का। और मैंने 10 साल पहले गेमिंग चालू कर लिया रहता, 15 साल पहले यूट्यूब चालू कर लिया था, वो अगर मगर वाला सिस्टम नहीं है। तुमको खुश रहने का है कि तुम लोग अब भी क्या कर रहे हो और लाइफ में क्या अचीव कर रहे हो, एंड यू हैव टू मूव फॉरवर्ड। दैट्स व्हाट आई फील ड्यूड। कोरियंस हर जगह रूल कर रहे हैं के-पॉप में, यहाँ पे भी भाई कोरियंस का के-पॉप का जो फैन फॉलोइंग है ना, सीस नेक्स्ट लेवल। +1 बंग्स बाय ऑलवेज ओपी। ओपी का बात नहीं है, सच व्हाट आई फील। अरे जो 30 टीम सिलेक्ट होगी ना स्टेज में, उसको हर साल टीम के लिए 1.5 मिलियन मिलेगा। हाँ तो सोचो।
बंग्स भाई, ओ बंग्स भाई कितना बार है अबे
In Valorant so far. If DRX were able to overcome this milestone, fine, map 3 elimination, it would be absolutely massive for not only the team but the region as well.
The only Korean team to find a placement beyond 5-6 was Newturn in the very first international event. For this team, it has never been that, but they've always been dominant. This is that Vision Strikers roster. Over 100 games won in a row. These guys have been so good for so long. They've just been looking for that final reward, and now they have a chance here against Fnatic to get it.
And let's not forget that the scene as a whole has been elevated greatly since Newturn's run in Reykjavik. So here we are now, Prime Gaming Agents select map 3, do or die for both of these teams. Win here, well, you etch your name in history. Lose, you go home, and it doesn't look like we're going to get much in the way of changes here, Mimi.
No, the comps stay relatively similar. It will be that Neon head-to-head. It will be RB with an opportunity to prove himself on that dive role. Even though he's been critiqued in the past, I think that Fracture has been one of the maps where he finds a lot of success, where this team has looked really good.
Yeah, I think there's going to be immense amount of pressure on RB's shoulders to put up those big numbers. And honestly, I'm focusing on the Neons on either side as well. Because when we take a look at Fnatic, I think it's going to be the Neon comp as well. And you're going to see Alfie in that role. When he's played this in the past over the course of the tournament, he has looked sublime at times. But that's when, honestly, he's been the one doing all of the heavy lifting. When he's going in and creating space, Fnatic have had an issue with being able to capitalize off the space that he creates on Neon over and over again. That cannot happen now in a deciding map of this series.
Both these teams have been to 5 out of 6 international Valorant tournaments. Neither has ever lifted a trophy, and only one can continue in this tournament.
That's right, Mimi. For one team, it's about fighting for an entire region. For the other, it's about fighting for the people here in Istanbul. Who will thrive? Who will fall? It's Fnatic versus DRX. Let's send it back over to your casters, Doug and Bala, for this epic final map.
Thank you so much, GB. One map to decide this marathon of a series. Ascent easily could have gone either way. You've got the stars on either team in playmaking spots. It doesn't get any better.
Literally, it's so good. Final map, The Desk was touching on it consistently. These two teams have never lifted a trophy. These two teams have been to every international event -1. And now they're here, do or die. Welcome to the Heartbreak Hotel.
On a map like this too, where it can be so chaotic, where nothing is safe, where your flank always needs to be guarded. Oh, we're in for a treat, Bala. We're in for a treat. Fnatic starting off on the attacking side again. Alfier on that Neon, which as Bren was mentioning, has struggled a little.
Fast arcade presence here from DRX, clearly with the breach up. Top that stacks. And the hunt for Tree to cover their backs.
Look at him, they're going in aggressive, and there are members on the other side. RB is already taking a good bit of damage, and it's Alfier who opens up the series, the map. Kills going back and forth, but Buzz has already got 2.
He just got 2 in halls by himself while everything else was happening. Fnatic interested in splitting this A site, but immediately it's been ripped apart. And it's another pistol round potentially looming here for DRX.
Remember how much they struggled in these very moments, but they seem to have found their footing at just the right time. Fast lane goes up, Alfier goes forward, straight into hell, and now pushing his way forward into halls. You've got Enzo toting the spike, explosives in hand.
And Alfier has cleared top side as well, just a little bit of a jump. And he's gotten away into halls. He's very wary of the possibility of the team of DRX reflanking through that space.
Enzo has pulse plant utility here too.
Just one aftershock. Fault line will come up soon. 13 seconds on that.
I feel like DRX, they have to fight halls here, right? Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. The flashes.
It's not planted for them.
Oh, Buzz. Oh no.
That's it. That's it.
He's gotten it to half.
Oh my goodness.
What a shot out from Buzz. Alfier.
You could just stick here.
Yeah, trying to keep it back himself. The spam is so close. Oh my gosh. Mere moments. But it's just not enough. DRX won another pistol.
Got both of them on a scent. And if they didn't, we might not be here.
Oh, no shot.
And they might have lost yesterday, but
This is the first time DRX has seen the third map of series at Chip.
Map 3 for DRX at this event so far. They've been super clean until yesterday against Loud. And with 24 hours notice to play against Fnatic right here, they're leaving it all on the table.
Early knife out from Mystic. Gonna get some info, and Buzz just holds his ground. They're gonna continue to push their way forward here, Boaster, this time with the spike. Trying to find comfort in the confines of his own smoke. Alfier dashing out. Buzz, and that's just so clean. The people want it. Go get it, Buzz.
Have to note, the DRX section I mentioned behind me during map 2 has gotten significantly larger.
Oh, they're rowdy. They're a rowdy bunch, man.
They have moved so many people to their side.
Enzo with nothing but a ghost here. Buzz still at the play to get this ace online, but it's not going to happen. Prime Gaming Falls comes through anyway as DRX take a 2-0 lead.
A strange attempt from Fnatic to jump through their smoke, but Buzz on the other side of it makes it look strange. Obviously the start too, taking down Durka, who since that first half on Ascent has been very, very quiet.
Fnatic now should be able to respond in kind. It's just Mystic. Oh, he actually just purchased up light armor. So they're at full strength here. Barring a little bit of utility. And you see the fast hit up towards Dish. Alfier again before home crowd, first forward.
And he was the guy who was leading the charge to keep that game even close for Fnatic. The desk was mentioning it. They were the guys who were losing control. When at the beginning of the day, everybody was talking about DRX insistence on choking at this 5th and 6th spot.
Again, a quiet moment out for Fnatic as you see see Stacks
Darky kata Darky la घेणार आला बघ. TPI पण
easily get punished here.
Those pings you see on your minimap from Fnatic were there a moment ago too. So they are fully insistent on this, persistent on trying to get into A.
भैया आला आतमध्ये hello.
And the hit looks very consistent with what we've seen in the past. Mystic and Boaster are able to get a couple of openers. As you see RB trying to dash, trying to stun, trying to kill. But it's Boaster on the trade. Mako and Buzz, heroes for DRX so many times on Ascent.
30 seconds left.
Called again.
He's not paying attention. He's hidden from the flank though.
Enzo's got cover too. And he hears that. It might actually be Mako who's not paying attention now. If he creeps his way forward. Enzo's weak here. Oh boy. Oh, the swing out from Durka.
Buzz has his tour de force, don't forget.
Surely you force a play here, right? Given the fact that you've invested that ultimate, time is just not on your side.
Good spam as well for Boaster.
It's from everywhere. Buzz able to take one away, narrowly missing the shot onto Boaster.
Just want to cut him off in halls.
Yeah.
No.
Those weapons should be preserved.
Mike's up.
Yeah, Boaster gets away with the Vandal, Durka does too.
Good awareness from Boaster there too. Buzz obviously had the opportunity there to potentially grab a gun, TP out, and get away from the spike. So again, no conversion here on the bonus from DRX. Which fast retake again. Looked kind of nice. RB sliding through, finding a lot of value on the two stunned up players. And they've thrown many different setups so far at Fnatic in this game. Again, a dish push, this time with complete opposite players.
It's interesting to see if Sax was going to fully commit, but he actually drops utility and then rotates back mid to make sure that A is not left unattended.
It has given them Hall's control here, though, and there is a breach ult to clear the site, but nobody there. Playing retake in the first place, and the Seas has slowed them down.
Alfeir still managing to get his way through, tucked between his walls. Mystic spike down again. This one's going to be chaotic. I have a feeling that every round is going to be like this.
Boaster no molly though, but one away from this orbital strike, his ult.
And what a devastating ult that could be. Durka, first challenged, not able to win it out. Mystic on the flash, Alfeir on the swing. Oh! But it's actually RB that cleans him up. Stax was a dead man walking. They're trying to fight for Hall's control. They're trying to do anything they can to preserve it. Mako's already got 2. The orbital strike down. Boaster on the flick. Mako with 3.
And it's again a response immediately with the improved weaponry. DRX looking very solid to start this off.
Fnatic almost.
Mako's nuts, bro. Mako is playing so well right now. Oh, and they're feeling it. You got a little shimmy going on. That's how you know the vibes are good.
Mako, and actually a lot of the controller players you used to think of as absolute stars still are, but this tournament has certainly been a little bit of a departure from the controller heavy lean we've seen in the performance and stats. And just like Marv yesterday, Mako might be coming online at the most opportune time.
He's got the orbital strike to work with in this round. See Boaster quietly right here, taking crashies to get to the other side. You like that? You think it'll stick?
Ready to come back.
They're all going, but actually that's
क्या
gonna
कर
be
ले
Mako.
हो क्या कर लो
Hope's always a
ऐसा
little
क्यों
bit
कर ले हो
of a hard thing to read unless it's in a clutch situation, because Fnatic haven't committed yet. Looks like they'll go for the classic. Wall up, flash through. No flash from Mystic, actually. So it's all going to have to be Enzo. And Alfeir does have his overdrive if he wants to commit it. Instead, actually, they've swapped to a Guardian.
And he's still going to be the first to go. He has no wall. He has no stuns. While RB is far more fortunate. Ooh, that spam could have been trouble. The flash, he looks away. There's a custom. There it is. There's the orbital strike, and RB gets them all.
Oh, hello.
Oh, and it was all because they just turned the wrong way.
Just disgusting. And Durka. Enzo, 10 seconds left. The orb is the best you can do anymore.
There was
good collection.
RB with 4, and man, there really was no good option for Fnatic, right? You go left, you've got RB. You go right, you had the order strike that you were trying to dance your way out of. What a setup out from DRX.
And also RB's wall blocked the flash there. It doesn't even matter. Forced into him. Jumping up on the stairs. What a well-placed strike as well.
Sad ho gaya re baba, booster
4-1. Booster already. Struggling to come up with ideas here. Want to go back towards Halls. Remember, they did take Halls very fast in this exact same setup that DRX is running at Dish. They're trying to use the Haunt to find kills through it instead. They have no utility to fight back against the hit from Fnatic.
This is a setup to have Alfier make a play. He's used the overdrive. But look at how patient DRX are, man. They don't show anything. They're just gonna wait the ult out.
He actually didn't buy a weapon too, so.
He just has a classic, yeah.
This time there is a molly here for Boaster. No nade for Mystic.
He's gonna rotate back, but RB's already there. They actually have 2 members back at Dish. Do DRX commit to this? Will Alfier find the timing? RB going aggressive, they're gonna fight for Halls. And perhaps RB can find more success with the ult, and he does. Zest has gotten 1-2, RB with the both. And now Alfier, who's got nothing but a classic, comes up dry. Enzo does nothing either. The fuse will come through, and that's a prime gaming flawless for DRX.
It's a flying start for DRX right now. Probably the biggest lead. Easily the biggest lead, I should say. And it doesn't look like they're stopping. Fnatic invested in that one. Minus Alfier, so maybe Alfier has something to drop. And the answer is no. Not gonna scrape together something. Remember on the attack side for Ascent, it was multiple rounds in a row where they were saving. DRX isn't even giving them that opportunity because these retakes are working so well for them. So happy to play post-plant.
They're going to continue to wake their way down Halls. And yeah, RB's going to be the, Alfier's going to be the first hit. He's already gotten down low. He finds another, and that was the gun. That was the investment, and it's well out of the reach of Fnatic right now.
There's rounds where you see Fnatic has an idea, it doesn't work, and then all of a sudden, it takes a long time for them to gather their thoughts, their ideas. This time they pivot into sand, and yes, there's room to work a pick here with Durka, but also room to get absolutely trapped. Oh! It's not Durka, it's Enzo.
And if nothing else, that'll help confidence.
And Boaster's got the gun almost, no, Malco shuts him down. Still no way in.
No, the only thing they can really do is persist and try to push their way forward. But Dirk is now fallen. Zest managing to avoid the damage from the fragment.
1 enemy remaining.
And it's another clean round from DRX.
DRX.
Right now feel like they're stopping Fnatic. And Fnatic, who are typically experts, specialists, some would say, on this map of Fracture. 6 they've swapped to this Neon. It definitely doesn't feel that same way.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Paul. You go back to the beginning of the tournament.
Those glasses said run home.
You go back to the beginning of the tournament, and the truth is, Alfier has not delivered on this Neon pick, on this map. And yeah, a lot of it may be off of the support players not creating the space, not activating him in a way that's appropriate, because his job is just to go at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't, it has not hit, man.
I mean, you're right. I think specifically of Pearl. Obviously, there's a little bit more from Fnatic out there, but Pearl itself, the amount of dives he has to go through. We just saw in that round, right, with the Vandal by himself into the site. There's way too much delay. The way that DRX is playing their own RB. He's stunning them for
6-1 Fnatic
Feels like
के आगे
8 seconds at a
गोटे
time.
so time
That's
out लेना
enough
पड़
for
रहा है उसको.
everybody to understand Alfear's positions and isolate him out. I love all these signs, man. I didn't get a chance to read that one, but
अपन भाई ने थोड़ा बात कर रहे थे. Hey, hello.
You're here, Alpha. You're trying to go aggressive, but RB does too. They're going to pass right by each other. The fast lane to provide cover. As RB somehow gets away, and he's gotten past it. Now they're rolling thunder in their laps, but Alphair wins it out. Alphair gets a second. With the HP, he comes alive.
But DRX have the spike.
They're sitting on it.
DRX have the spike.
Alphair's going to have to do it again.
And Dirk is on the pinch, though.
This time with Boaster close by.
What an angle from Zest.
Brutal angle, but the shots from Boaster so far so good. And now they have the Nightfall they're going to have to deal with. Deafin.
Repinch, though, from Buzz.
Yeah, there was just not enough time.
Let's go fast.
Yes, he does.
And it's sprinting away from its Alphair with 8 HP. Escapes the situation, but Boaster's not considering.
Oh, why?
Slow to put down that smoke.
I mean, why would he, right? That took so long.
69 दो गिरा सकता हूँ.
It's very unlikely that Buzz would be there, but either way, Boaster tucks down.
किधर है भाई, किधर है, किधर है?
HP.
दो गिरा सकता हूँ कम से कम.
Tries to make a play in this 1v3. And he can.
Why?
That's certainly a round for Fnatic.
What a round for Alphair. We were just talking about his struggles.
Yeah. That's an instance right there where DRX is taking the play to Fnatic almost every single other time. Yes, they're making a play on one side of the map, but it's never actually finding anything. It's finding the absence of Fnatic players. So Alphair, I mean, if he's comfortable in those situations, if DRX continue to throw him at them, and if they can put him in those spots, just like this, turn flash is just gorgeous too.
He also did this in real life. Which always feels good. You can just never be too sure.
Big ults here from Fnatic. Orbital strike on Boaster. Rolling Thunder from the breach. Enzo.
And they'll take this aggressive fight.
Back into underpass, just like we saw in the last round. This time though, no resistance from DRX on this side of the map. The resistance is in halls. Where they're not exploring. Have to pay attention to the trademark and the fast potential flank from RB. But we did pull a rotation here. Zest just prowling into Arcane and didn't find anything, so he's back over towards A, where they do have no information on drop, so it's the right play for sure.
That should be the cue.
Mako's in the smoke!
Mako and Buzz were both sent skyward. Mako's already fallen. Buzz not able to land the shot with the op. Alphair has taken the space. The side is now theirs. The spike now planted.
आले उठला दे, तो उठला भाई.
And Enzo's here. He's got light armor. Oh, he's gonna have to sit on this. Do they check him? Are they disciplined enough to look their way? The flash is there. He's gonna see it all. And oh my gosh, Enzo gets them both.
A double flank the only way into this round, and it completely fails at the hands of Enzo. Saving it, he didn't spot the fast flank from Alphair.
Alphair looking for more. He's gotten 3 on the round as the Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for Fnatic.
And that's the way you get back in the game. That's the way you do it. On a round that's all of your own terms.
What a hold from Enzo, man. And then for Alphair to go for the jugular there. Aggressive as DRX try to flee. Playing into the crowd too. The kid's in his element now.
7-7 start. Feels like the best I've seen him on Neon so far.
1000%, bro. Not even close.
And we're already 10 rounds into this half. DRX with a timeout. Decision in front of him.
Once again, the DRX fans trying to climb back before getting drowned out by the incessant boos coming out from the Fnatic. They're persistent.
And they're not intimidated whatsoever.
Hello, Sanat Jaisurya.
And that's how you respond.
The push and pull of Chance's emotions flare and rise in what should be the decider here. Again, map 2 delivered in a beautiful way. And all we can do is hope that Fracture provides in the same way.
Well, we have to continue to see success here from this attack side of Fnatic. Because this DRX going for another buy. Another approach, this time different. Fnatic up towards Dish immediately. This could have been a setup where RB, Zest, and Stax tried to take this space.
Yeah. You see Boaster on the northern side of the minimap covering the flank, making sure there's no pressure coming in from the other side of the map.
DRX out of the timeout did swap Buzz away from tower.
Oh, they're going to rotate into the chaos.
It's scary here too because usually Alphier is here in the default, but they've known that this is not the same default from Fnatic. They're waiting for it. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, they're right on the other side of the wall. Alphier gets one. The kills both go back and forth. They're traded.
Trading.
Is now Mystic with the flash to second through.
Trading. Yes. रुक जा माइक चालू है
and he's managed to get one. Durka has put on an outrageous performance so far.
Buzz breaking that trademark gave Durka the inclination that he might have a 1v1 here on the site. And Stax is concerned as well about Durka getting up close and personal with him.
Crowd erupts as support comes through for Durka. With 13 seconds left, he's going to get the spike down to 1v2 before him.
Plenty of time now for Buzz to join Stax, but also plenty of time for them to find out where he is and use this utility that Stax has against him.
Yeah, the fault line is now back up. So has a flash and an aftershock to work with too.
He's going to have the TP up now in time as well for this fight.
Oh, he's going to challenge, and then he's able to get away if he survives the initial engagement. Durka spots one. Oh, and then he gets away. The other one is right behind him. Now Buzz on the tap. Durka waiting. Buzz has Durka. 63 HP turns into 23 HP just as fast. Buzz is going to take it all the way. And Durka, it's gorgeous. The Red Bull clutch for Fnatic.
Durka answers the call. 1 versus 3. The crowd asked for it and he delivered in so many ways.
Buzz bold there to try to stick it, to call his bluff.
Durka was baiting him to get off in so many instances. We are having a fast push as we get in the round fast here. North side pinch, but only from the left. They're taking the ropes. RB's chasing.
1 kill down. The other gets away.
This is a light buy here from DRX. Only 2 rifles in the hands.
And note again, Alphier, as his old poster does too.
Buzz playing an off-end angle just with the head on. Has his TP online, but Mystic's still up.
6 एक होता 6 5 केलाय 6 4 केलाय.
Could be stuck.
Oh, he hears them. They're so loud.
Huh?
Buzz with the fight before him. The jiggles there.
काय घुसला आलं त्याला काढते तिथे मी बोला जिंकणार भाई वन साइड.
But Alphier's gotten through.
Oh no!
And RB not nearly as fortunate. Mako has that hunter, or excuse me, the orbital strike. And there it is.
फसले
The ult's been used.
तिकडच
Alphier has to find
ते
value.
दोघं तिकडचे उरले.
Can he do anything with it? He struggled before. Can he do it now? As all ultimates are used.
Sheesh.
Fnatic
जिंकलं Fnatic.
DRX.
After losing the first kill there to RB on the ropes, DRX DRX almost pinched them in with that ult. But Alpha as well uses his own ult to get out of it with the speed. And they counter ult themselves. Sand is no factor.
Jubilation from the crowd as Fnatic have roared their way back into this. Remember the
कौन?
start was ugly.
ओटी ये लोग ना सेकंड में ना खत खूप तो माँ को 1v2 1v3 करत होता खूप मजा आली बघायला
He splits the uprights and he falls.
आला अल्फा जर लाइन वर लावा
From DRX. They went for a tree push early, RB and Zest. They already heard him.
6-1 चा 6-6 वर घेतलं बे
The rolling thunder out and it's going to hit them both. They're going to push their way back into it. They want to take the fight.
That's a lot invested. They're getting pinched in from Sand.
You got to be careful because you're right. Mako gets two. But Enzo responding with his own RBs. The ult has gotten it back down to a 2v2. Spike planted. Durka holding the angle with the tour de force.
Sheesh.
And Zest has to do it all on his own.
Sheesh.
Durka delivers.
6-1 चा 6-6 केलाय
Time for the guy to come on.
या लाईन 5 राउंड आहे हा
Disappeared in the second half of the last map. That's why we're here. But now
नाही मॅच बघत होतो मध्ये मध्ये आठवण नाही कोणता राउंड
beautiful round.
5 rounds in a row for Fnatic to close out the half. Perhaps thinking they were dead.
हे थोडे हे झाले
Thinking they were done. They rise right back.
हे फ्रस्ट्रेट झाले
Just when you think that the story might be over for Fnatic, they needed a hero, and the hero and Durga. Close out there in the first half. Let's jump into this here, though.
लाइन में 5 राउंड निकल रे बाबा
The neons, in the outset of this, RB and Alfie are putting on some huge plays, but RB not to be outdone either.
Yeah, I mean, this is a chance for redemption for RB. The guy's been a center of so much criticism, and now he's carrying the region, his team on his back in this final map performance. But he's up against,
फिर से
the
चलवा
biggest champion. This guy,
दिखाना
Alfie, he's got the entire crowd behind him, and he's playing like it too.
The crowd has been so back and forth. A section for DRX, a section for Fnatic. The pressure is high, and both these players have stepped up in such a
Sorry.
Alpha has been able throughout this tournament with the crowd behind him. But for RB, this redemption arc has been absolutely insane. And now, as we start to look ahead towards the final
Is
half
this
of this series,
new agent from India?
This is where your year gets defined. People at the end of years don't remember
Map
tournaments you attend,
on
what you did specifically. They
book
remember how you ended.
has
What you
India's
did at
outline.
Did you win? Did you
That's
make it to the
cutting
finals, or did you choke
on
again and
desk
lose early? That's the
teen
pressure
glass.
that both these teams are
Okay.
This is the
Natraj
defining moment
pencil,
for both
famous
of these
pencil
now,
brand
and
in
heading forward
India.
as well, probably one of the most important halves
Gateway of India,
our
Mumbai's
season's
famous
careers.
tourist
One of those
attraction.
things that
Samosa
is the
on
grand
plate,
cornerstone
India's
of your
famous
entire
fast food.
2022 season right
New agent
here,
is control
right now.
based on
Well, I think
water.
it goes without saying what happened in map 1, what happened in map 2, hell, what happened in those last 12 rounds, it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is what lies ahead. Who will crumble under the pressure? Let's send it back over to Doug and Bala.
One half.
You.
I mean, you see the story on the top left of your screen. Gone back and forth overtime on the second map. And for us to find
भाई नया
ourselves here
एजेंट आ रहा है भाई आ रहा है नया एजेंट आ रहा है
from elimination,
फोटो मेरे को भी देखने का रुक जाओ इसके बाद देखते हैं
glory. DRX on attack.
Setting up really fast for a hit through tree.
lineups चल डर खागा शॉट भाई गंदा खागा क्लोज रेंज गन है भाई वो
The trademark is on the other side, so Zest has to cover this himself. Thankfully, Stacks here in time as well. And his fault line might come up as well to fight this actually.
one tap नहीं भाई one tap 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 one tap
Numbers back in favor of Fnatic. No way! Alfier, he's gonna have to win this out on his own. He's gotten it to half, but Buzz on the swing.
one tap
Alfier gets it. He's gonna go. Oh my gosh!
shush timing shush
The Red Bull clutch for DRX as they win another pistol.
Timing shoes.
So close.
बारिश चालू हो गई बाबा.
But one player
Timing.
falls to the molly
Timing.
out from Mako.
Timing.
And he put that out before he died. That is so unfortunate. And Buzz took his time swinging there. Had to go for the full stick. And there's just no chance to win that, actually. Back into it straight away. DRX. Fast through sand.
RB working his way forward. See there a couple members up and drop.
Look at that double stun RB just put out. Stunning the site and the spawn, making sure nobody's pushing through that smoke.
बारिश चालू है बाबा.
See the rotations across to the southern side of the map.
Flash right on the trademark. And they're slowed.
There was no way through.
भाई सेकंड राउंड पे फैंटम लेता है. उधर भी वैंडल ले जाता है. सुनता ही नहीं है लौंडा.
RB holding this angle. He's going to spot Alpha here, and it's Mako who deals the delivering blow.
Ay kabande kata sangto. Machara jachi. Ay kabande kata sangto. Machara jachi. Machara jachi. Ganesh galli all night.
Really solid anti-eco.
Machara jachi.
DRX. And they hold the lead that they built so hard in the first half. Fnatic with 5 in a row now immediately on the second half momentum ended. But every pistol that DRX has run so far in this series, which they've actually got up to 4 now, they've lost every bonus. Except for the first one on this map.
Let's fucking you.
Can they break that trend here? As RB goes aggressive, you see the utility setup for RB to take sand once again. Durka stunned. His position not given away yet. If RB's not careful, yeah, he's gonna get dropped, but no! RB catches it just with a glimpse and gets the kill.
Durka unaware there. Oh, how fast that was coming through sand. Line up as well from Halls. Spawn, the execute's good.
Alpha are looking to go. And he goes right into the next round.
Star. Mistake.
They're smoked off right now. There's no more post plant here. The stun.
Oh, Stacks may have hit him all. Mystic, he's going to try to hold it. He's going to try to at least get it to half. He's going to stick it all the way. But Stacks on the trade. Mystic holds it. And Enzo gets the kills.
Carry take it, baba.
And it's another failure to convert here for DRX. So very close to it this time. And look, I mean, that execute was really, really nice. Alfir obviously getting picked off a little earlier. But every spot cleaned up. And there was a smoke on that spike anyways, even if they tried to spam it down. Would have been rough.
But super bass. Super bass. Super bass.
So the follow-up flashes and whatnot that RB and all of DRX can
Super bass.
might not be there for them to clear out the site. Also, Enzo just picked up the orb for his own. And if they combo both of them after a B hit, which they might fake here.
Super bass.
There's the fake coming.
Cleared out the dart. Or excuse me, the alarm bot.
They actually didn't use the breach ult here, so it's used for this retake here, and Durka spots them.
Still gets away with one. It's outrageous how he does that sometimes.
टकला बना रहा सबको.
Now Alfir is able to rotate back quickly back towards Dish.
And they have huge advantage here in the post plant.
Yep, Enzo with that rolling thunder, as you mentioned, you grabbed it earlier in the round. What's the cue for Fnatic?
कोई नहीं आ रहा रे भाई. 5 for it again. अच्छा retake. Easy. देख. खत्म.
Playing a bit further back in the halls, but they're not. That's not what they're occupying. Alpha. Oh my gosh, Zest! Oh, Zest gets 3! Finally
3 घेऊन गेला पाई.
1v3. Buzz spotted. All of the advantages that you were just mentioning, Bala, gone. We haven't said his name much, but Zest was filthy.
In that first half,
अच्छे निकल, अच्छे मारे, अच्छे मारे.
I was looking at him and Enzo as the guys who were turning the tides for both of their respective teams. Takes Mystic with him too. Just disgusting. He's laughing about it. Laughing right here in an elimination game. We're getting really close to one of these teams going home.
Oh my goodness, Ball, look at the buy for Fnatic.
It's shambolic. They're not investing too much though. Remember, they saved 2 guns.
Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Boaster's only able to find one, but to swing out, Durka finds one with the Vandal.
Bus going really fast through this. Oh, what?
They were not supposed to have an advantage here. The fact that they've gotten it through a 3v3 and they still have a
Hello?
Vandal to work with is criminal. Buzz and Stack so weak.
Trying their best to get to each other right now.
How have they gotten this round?
Thirsty.
Seemed unlikely.
Thirsty. They love Thirstian.
11 HP.
In this 1v2 and Mystic cleans it up.
Round win. Thirsty na?
And again, you called it out at the beginning. This buy was
अरे दोघं आतमध्ये चालले गेलेला आहे. हा फसला आहे इकडेच.
Except for the specter of Alphair. Very swingy half so far.
And again, Ball, we've casted Fnatic a few times in this tournament. How many times have, in a tense moment, how many times has Boaster delivered? They're another one. With nothing but a frenzy.
And his ult forced them into it.
Oh.
Really disgusting here. Gonna go for a little aggressive push here with both the Brim and the Breach.
And there's a fight up dish as well. Durka's gonna get overwhelmed by RB, but Alfie are waiting on the other side. The stun is there.
They gotta be careful here. These 2 players here, RB and Zest, are pinched in, so they have to commit to the site.
The ult has been used by RB. The Rolling Thunders. Alfie tries to survive the Prowler.
बरबाद झाला डायरेक्ट. काय करायला नाही भेटला त्याला असेल विचारायला. Booster, saving booster.
They just have to save. Mystic and Boaster can find no way into this round.
कडे करणार दोघं तिकडे बीला बसले. कशाला करणार?
And was that the 4th round in a row that goes back and forth between the 2 teams here. DRX maintaining the 2-round lead that they started with after winning the pistol. And honestly, with the brute force available to them, it's looking like that might be enough. We need Fnatic to have some heroics here if they want a chance.
That 1-for-1 is not going to work. Going back and forth the entire way through is not going to be enough.
Need a break point. And it might not be coming in the next round. The money slightly poor for just off the air. I'll take a look at it, but the push, the haunt over top, everything's super solid there for RB to deliver on the 2 kills on and it is a lighter buy again. Durka, thankfully, I mean, both the guys who are saving right here with no rifles.
हे घे रिंगा रोज.
Almost got it dropped by Durka. They have their overdrive, they have their tour de force.
कोण जिंकणार सांग?
Everything is A-okay in this case, but obviously they need to be able to find the
कोण जिंकणार?
time to use it, at least in Alfier's case.
Oh, they're going to get a chance. Alfier, they're pushing right into him. He hasn't used it yet. Actually, you did hear it used just
याची नेट खूप हे आहे रे, बहुत स्ट्रॉंग आहे खूप.
the utility is Alfier.
काय नाव याचं? केओचे नेट खूप चांगले हे आहे. खूप डॅमेज खाते एका टायमाला.
It wasn't the ultimates. Oh my gosh, it's really not Fnatic either. A 3v3 here for the site. The spike's still up in tower, and now you've got the order strike you're going to have to deal with.
Enzo's using that to cross though.
फसला.
Oh, Stacks dropped right into him.
दोघं हागलेले.
And Enzo trundling towards tower has all of a sudden locked them out.
अड्डा सेकंड आहे. इझी खेळ, इझी.
As this time the spike sits harmlessly at the feet of Enzo.
And don't forget as well, Mako no smokes.
नाही नाही
He just picked up the spike. He just picked it up.
Right out
He can
from
TP
under
away.
his nose.
Can he get a? Yes, he does. The TP across, and they're out.
fuck that shit.
How have they done that?
गेला तो गेला तिकडे
20 seconds to get to the other side. Dirk is gonna run his way over. He's actually has
तो
a
कुठे
TP.
गेला तो
He's here
पोचला
in time. Remember, no smokes.
संपला
He's got the Tour de Force too. He's gonna have to hold the line.
त्याचा पिक तिकडेच आहे
Can't miss the shot.
No, he cannot.
Oh my.
The barrel there. The first shot delivered. And Mako has the
जान मरणारच आहे काय काय भाय तिकडेच जायचं होतं त्याला खरं बोलतात होल्ड करून वापिस साऊंड दिला तिकडे जायचा वापिस स्लो चढलास ना तिकडे
The scoreline so close, and this second half, back and forth.
आता एकाला साऊंड दिला एक सुंबडीत वरती चढला बघ आणि त्याला मारला असता असं काहीतरी हे ना इथे हागलाय दोघं नाईफ काढून येते
He snuck through with that orbital strike, which was used to clear out the site. Of course, Dirk.
डोकं भारी लावलं डर्कनी जाणून तिकडे उतरला
And on that chamber, the passivity to actually make that play.
की त्याची टीपी तिकडे होती पहिल्यापासून
Super aggressive.
मला वाटलं सिटी मध्ये टीपी होती तिकडून तिकडे गेला
It's been a
लगेच
series for him.
timeout coming through for Fnatic.
राउंड जिंकल्यावर पण टाइम आउट घेतायत
Back and forth has been the story for the last 5 rounds, and if that persists, DRX will continue to be on top. Fnatic have to find
कोणीच
a way to
दोघांतून कोणीच ट्रॉफी नाही जिंकली आता
to somehow turn the tides of what's been an absolute roller
आणि
coaster.
एकच जण टॉप 4 मध्ये
And you notice, crowd right now, they're in this timeout. Very quiet. And if this is exhausting for them, just imagine how exhausting
ला
it
ली
is
ला
for
ला
players
हे
right
हे
now.
ला ली ला 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 ली
DRX
ला
with
ला.
their game last night.
फनाटिक
Playing again.
झोप आली आता झोपतो आता 3 किती 2.5 तास झाले असेल मला स्ट्रीम करून
Very quickly, Fnatic called the first time out.
सिनी मॅच पहिल्या मॅच पासून करत आहे
Both teams using their last timeouts in this situation right here.
And if that's not testament to the gravitas of the moment, I don't know what is.
आठवण नाही मला मारला असेल मध्ये डिस्कॉर्ड पण चालू केलेलं तिकडे बोलत होतो थोड्या वेळा
There's two things, right, that could have happened. One, they realized potentially what Fnatic might be
हे काय बर्फ आहे का आतमध्ये
and completely cancel what they discussed.
की
in the
स्पंज
prior
आहे
timeout. Second, calming people down for this moment right here.
It was actually Achilles who pointed
हे
this
कशाला दिलं लटकवायला
This is not uncommon for
असा
DRX. Recalling a timeout off of the back of their opponents. And the thing about that is you've taken your hands off the wheel. It's all on the team the rest of the way. They have to do it themselves, but he has a read, and that read might be enough.
Final map of potentially the final series for one of these teams. DRX has been slightly leading, but not by much. Fnatic has room to crack.
Dog, you think if that pistol goes the other way, we're talking about a different thing here.
We're talking about a one-round difference, which it still is. I mean, we're literally swinging it.
The flash through.
घुसले 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 घुसले
Past the resistance that was put before them. They've fully taken tower. They've bullied Fnatic off the site. Durka has an op. No ultimate to speak of right now as Mystic trying to challenge for the space that was
एक लेट लडकरला पाहिजे असं फिरून धाप धाप धाप
got Buster close by 2. Awaiting.
लेट लडकर
But DRX patient. The onus on Fnatic here to make a move, to make a play.
दोन जण
And
विकेट
they're
झाले
spot 2. Now they
बँच
know where they are. Durka holding that angle, waiting for the challenge. The gun barrel shown. Oh, do you dance with death at the same time?
नको घेऊ
Enzo
पिक
now
संपेल
moving his way forward. Not
आहा
a lot of time left. They haven't cleared out stacks either. This
हा
read was
डर्कला काय झालं
Enzo has no way out. What a round from DRX.
GG
Straight out of the timeout,
क्या
just
किधर
injecting a little bit of pace.
नहीं जा क्या
And the post-plant setup
हाँ?
is just fantastic.
फनाटिक बाहर नहीं अभी है 2 राउंड तीन राउंड अभी है लगातार
Arcade attack. Try to set up Alpha.
एशिया का ये डीआरएक्स रहा तो एशिया का एक भी टीम नहीं थी ऐसा है और डीआरएक्स जीता तो एशिया का एक टीम तो जिंदा रहेगा टॉप 4 में
Again, back and forth, and that means DRX preserve the lead.
डीआरएक्स पूरे वैलोरेंट चैंपियनशिप में थर्ड मैप पहली बार खेल रहा है ये सीजन में। हर बार मतलब कल 2-0 हारा, उसके वजह से 2-0 जीता है सब क्लीन स्वीप, और आज हारेगा तो संपला वाटला. पकड, चालला, पकड. अरे ते बघ, त्याला दिसला नाही. दोन अल्फा जर कर कुछ. अल्फा जरला काढलं. जीजी तो है, जीजी तो है, जीजी तो है कि ओटी तो है, जीजी तो है कि ओटी तो है, जीजी तो है बाबा, ओटी तो है.
Last chance to get behind Fnatic here. And they did save that round. They did go for a light buy. It's disgusting, the things DRX did to him, but last time they had a light buy, they won the round. So obviously they thought there was a chance. This time,
Thanks.
This is it. They're playing for it, and they have not had a round streak on this half. So Fnatic.
एकाचं नाव पण 4 वर्डच्या वरती नाही लेटर, 4 लेटरच्या वरती बघ. सर्व 4 आणि 1 2 आहे. अल्फा जेल, बूस्टर, डार्के, मिस्टिक, एन्झो. काय झालं जीजी? 12-10. रिटेक होत नाही 5-5 लवकर. जी जर सर्व ॲबिलिटीज वापरणार तर रिटेक होणार, नाही तर नाही होणार 5-5 मध्ये. बघ, 2 अल्टिमेट आहे रिटेक करायला यांच्याकडे. हे लोक रिटेक वरच जाणार माझ्या हिशोबाने. एक राउंड तर तीन अल्टी झाले त्यांच्याकडे. एक राउंड तर झाला पाहिजे 3 अल्टी मध्ये.
From EMEA potentially for the second time not having 2 teams in the top 4.
बूस्टर असं काय करतो? अल्ट खोलून बसले का? अगला 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 धावत जात होते कुत्र.
Res possible.
Can Alfier do this? Can he do this? The swing. Oh, he's gotten into a 1v1. He's gonna threaten the res again. The flash there. Enzo not back up yet. Alfier holding it. Stacks on the swing. Alfier falls, but it's still a 1v1. Can Mystic do it? 87 HP. The flash is up top, and no! The Red Bull clutch for DRX in the face of history.
पण अल्फा जरनी भाई काय केलं लगे. अल्फा जर जॉड भाई. मिस्टिक विचार रडला रे. हा कुठे? लाऊड वरती आहे ऑप्टिक सोबत. FX आणि एक्सेंट मध्ये FX परत येणार. हे बघ बूस्टर बघ कसा करतोय. काय गेला जाऊ दे. बूस्टरने भारी केला आता.
Finally it has happened.
Flash is there.
बाता रडतं पण आहे, हसतं पण आहे.
What a moment.
Tears on both sides of the stage. And the crowd still. The last time we'll see Alpha here. And he almost did it, man. He almost did it. Imagine the scenes. But still, what a performance. This is only his second LAN. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to him, but that's only temporary.
And I got to very quickly go back to this because again, this player Barbie on the Neon. That played so well. Often non-existent deep in tournament runs for DRX.
चलो guys, that's it for today. मिलते हैं अगली stream में. Bye bye.
21 and 15
Peace.
for Barbie. Many people were saying Copenhagen is last chance.